That looks good though. Oh, that looks good as well. Chocolate. Caramel. Yeah, you got triple sauce. I'm confused. I don't read. It's supposed to be the matcha. Oh wow. Tiny bit of strawberry. I'm gonna top that with milk because look how much this missing. The cup goes up to here. So top that with milk just to make it more milky. I'll top all of them. That one looks like I need to top up as well. Hello. That's right. I don't know whether to take the paper off or what. I'm assuming so.
That's true.
I'll get you a straw. Here you go, how you doing? It's fucking huge. Got a girth of that bad boy. Yeah, that's a straw. That's a straw within a straw. You could fit a McDonald's straw within that straw. It's that thick. So basically I got 4 different milkshakes. I got a matcha strawberry. Look at how much matcha and how much little strawberry, that's mad. I got a chocolate one. Right? Look how much chocolate is in that. That actually looks quite good.
That's good.
Then you got a strawberry shortcake with strawberry shortcake on top there, with bits, and then a little strawberry shortcake at the bottom. Not a lot of strawberry shortcake. And then caramel shake. So I got like 4 different ones to try. I'm good. Well, I have to try. I could just get you another cup and just pour some into it. Shame that's not. So I could have just gone.
Oh, it's
Try some of this one. Try some.
coffee still in there.
That's fine. I'll pour some in each one.
That's lovely.
You like it? Yeah. I'll try this one first. Or I might save them. I might drink one now and save some people. I'll try and see. I want to try the same one you've got. I'll just put the strawberry in that. Let's see, it's so delivery drivers can't drink your shit. See why they put the straw over the top? That over the top? So if you know delivery drivers open your shit, you'd know because this bit rips here. So you'd know if they went into your drink. And they all look relatively the same. But I'm good though. Let's try what this is. It's amazing. I want to try the other ones. Yes, I can tell. Taste test.
Yeah, what else?
Oh no.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Teddy, yeah. Flip it. And we got food as well, of course. This one is the strawberry shortcake. Not much strawberry in it though, look. Tiny bit of strawberry. I'll show you the ones I've got. I've got a strawberry shortcake. Or I got a caramel one. You see the bits of caramel in there. And the caramels. Bits on the strawberry cake. Strawberry shortcake bits on top. That one looks like an Oreo chocolate shake with the Oreo bits on top. That looks really nice. The matcha looks disappointing because they put ice in it, but then a tiny bit of strawberry at the bottom. That's kind of disappointing. What else? Snack box. Let's have a look. Are you supposed to open it? So that is the popcorn chicken and the chips that we got through. And it's half the size, I think, advertised. Do you know that? They advertised a large, cylindrical, right rectangular box, didn't they? And that is it, the free promotion. Have a look.
Chips.
Does it not say what's on it? Oh, barbecue fillet. It's got 2 in. That might be mine. Yeah, it's got 2 in. That'll be mine. Put the next item out. Look, babe. Look. It's mine. I'm just going to use this box so I can put it in there for now. Get it out of the way. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, that's amazing. Again, not sure. So it's the wings. Put it up here. How's everyone doing? Just sorting food out of the room. But yeah, these milkshakes are nice, man. I'd rate them like 8 out of 10. So what's that? They're the same. Oh, so that's my rice. My Cajun rice. That will be the dipped wings. 4 of them, because we got the dripping wings.
Oh, right.
We've got the wings and the drippy ones, remember?
Right.
We've got 2, I'm pretty sure we've got 2 lots, yeah, there's 2 lots, yeah. That's my rice, so I put my rice here. That's my rice and my burger. That'll be the loaded fries, that'll be mine with the, I think that's mine. Keep on going and see what's in the next one. I'll hold it a second. Put it there. They're smaller than I expected as well.
Oh, the loaded fries, I know.
They're half the size of what they go away, Teddy. Oh, that's one with the crispy onions, so that should be yours, I'm pretty sure.
Right.
How's everybody doing? Yeah, we got like a feast. Like a milkshake. These. Teddy's like, give me some. And I got a burger down here, I got some rice here. Got some loaded fries here. Need to make some more room on the fucking table. This came free and it was like half the size. It said it was double the size of that, but it was basically popcorn chicken and fries for free. If you spend over 25 quid, they give you that for free. Even though we've already got bare food, as you can see. I'm just putting the milkshake, I'm just putting my other bits of food in here. Out of the way, that's it.
Difference in the heat.
Oh yeah, there's the gravy. Some gravy there, nice. 2 lots of gravy. Oh, you got a gravy as well. Is that? Oh no, they're the same size. Yeah, they're the same size. What? 3 gravies?
3.
What? We didn't order 3 gravies, but okay. They gave us a free gravy. Oh, we got 3 gravies. Feast and a half. That can go in there for now as well. Is it going to fit in there? Is the question. Can I put it sideways? I don't really want to put it sideways in just in case it spills.
Of course, so.
Just going to put that there like that. Straws. But yeah, having a feast. I've got a fillet burger as well. These out of the way. I've got these in the fridge. So that'd be. We both got the same, didn't we? Let me just double check. Rubbish. Oh, it's my fillet burger as well. Oh, my tenders. Yeah. We have a feast tonight, literally in front of us. I'm looking forward to this. I got like fucking 5 different drinks because I couldn't decide which one I wanted, and they brought out so many new selections at KFC. I was like, with ADHD, autism, and stuff, with decision paralysis. So I was like, fuck, I want that one, but I want that one, but I want that one. So I thought, fuck it, let me just get all of them. Why not? You know what I mean? I'll show you. So you got this one here. You got the shortbread, strawberry shortbread. Got shortbread pieces on the top, tiny bit of shortbread, the strawberry sauce at the bottom, and they're skimping out on that when on the image it looks so much better. Obviously it's going to look better for promotional purposes. But deep, rich strawberry taste. This tastes like strawberry ice cream if it was in a drink. You know what I mean? This next one, is chocolate shake. How's it still leaking? Chocolate shake. Where the fuck is it leaking from? Where do that tissue? That would help. I like how they put these labels on to stop delivery drivers teething your fucking shit, because you'll know if they've eaten it. So this is the chocolate shake. It looks like it had one like that one looked like tiramisu, but it looked pretty much the same. Ooh. So really dark, rich chocolate. Like it tastes like dark. You know, like a Lindt truffle, almost. It literally tastes something similar to that. That's gorgeous. Would I buy that again? Yes. Or would I rate that? As milkshakes go, probably a good 9 out of 10, that one. How's everyone doing? I'm going to rate the next milkshake in a minute. The next milkshake is caramel shake, and it pretty much tastes, you can taste the caramel in it, but it tastes like tastes a hint like slightly like Biscoff, but again I guess that's like the biscuit pieces on top of it. But yeah, they put these new labels on the drinks now to stop you like delivery drivers teething your shit up, and obviously you'll notice if they've ripped them. But saying that, some delivery drivers don't give a shit and will teeth your food anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I got a matcha one here, but look how much matcha is compared to strawberry. Not much strawberry at the bottom. That's a piss take. That is a piss take. And then, yeah, so I've got a chocolate one, a chocolate shake, a matcha and strawberry one, then a strawberry cheesecake one, and then a caramel shake one. Why not? I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I thought, fuck it, I get all four. I can literally have like a feast in front of me. Obviously, I got heat up, but look. Bear drinks. But I'm gonna probably put a couple of those in the fridge, or I might put a couple of those in the freezer. You know, putting those in the freezer are gonna taste amazing, mate, as ice cream. I know I've seen people do that as well. Add a little bit of milk in it, stir it around, and then just put it in the freezer. And you've literally got yourself a fucking lush dessert shake. You can just sit there and it'll take you ages to eat in comparison to drinking the shake, which will be over in 15-20 minutes, or depending on how long you drink it. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine putting that in the freezer, then putting it out of the freezer, and you know how long that's going to take. Well, it'll take you a lot longer to eat that than it will to fucking drink a milkshake. Do you know what I'm saying? I also got some barbecue bite pieces as well, dripped in caramel, which I'm going to put on this rice, because I've got some rice as well, which I don't usually get, but I thought, fuck it, I'll get the rice instead. Got some gravy as well, can't go wrong with a KFC gravy. Got 2 of them bad boys, and then obviously got some loaded fries as well. Again, they don't look the greatest for presentation, but and they need to be heated up as well. Subpar, like maybe it's fries with like popcorn chicken and like barbecue sauce on top. There's nothing special about it, but I'd rate that maybe out of 10, maybe 5. Realistically speaking. The only one I haven't tried yet is this matcha one, which I'm looking forward to trying. And like I had matcha the other day, and I wasn't really like, I didn't know what to think of it, to be honest, because I've never really had it. But I want to see what this one's like. I've never been on the registry, bro. You're blocked. Why is that so hard to drink, man? And that ain't like a milkshake, that's just like watered down matcha. That ain't milk. They've hardly added any milk to that. That's okay, but there's nothing special. The matcha one, again, I wouldn't buy. It's quite watery. I wouldn't suggest buying it. This one so far, this one is amazing. This tastes like Belgian truffles. No lie. With like dark chocolate hint. That's like by far one of the nicest. Then probably second place is probably the strawberry cheesecake here. You can see. And then in third place is probably the caramel shake. My opinion, but like you can see, it got bits on top as well. Sick. Caramel bits at the bottom. Caramel, however you say it. Some people pronounce it differently. Got yourself your feast. Nice. Here's the side here. No, I'm pretty sure you got tender as well. I think I'm missing only 2 tenders. Oh no, it is like 2 tenders. There's 2. I got 2 tenders as well. So I got 2 tenders. I got 2 tenders. A mini fillet burger. 4 different shakes to try. There's barbecue dipped boneless bites, some rice, and then some gravy, and then some loaded fries to go with it all. Sounds good. Oh, and I forgot I got that down there as well. And we got a free box, because we spent over 25 quid. We got a free box of popcorn chicken and chips. and we got an extra gravy to go with it as well. Yeah, I noticed the kitchen earlier where I moved the thingy, there was so much water underneath that. It's been there for days. There's somewhere you were using the washing, where it sprayed initially, where it sprayed all on the side. It went all under the plate and everything. I lifted the plate, but it was still there. That pool of water. I smelled it. I was like, it stinks. So I got to clean it up quickly.
I know, they'll get it tomorrow. We're feeling better. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna see where I've got my tenders. I'm gonna cut up a couple of my tenders with the scissors, mix it in with the rice. I'm gonna mix it. I'm gonna cut one of those tenders up. I'm gonna eat one of them on their own because they're nice. Cut the other one up into bits, put it in there, and mix it all in. then put the gravy and then mix that in, then put that in the microwave. And it tastes nice with the gravy and the rice and the chicken.
Right, oh.
Do you know what I mean? Instead of having traditional fries. But fries are nice, don't get me wrong, these are nice. But they're not as big as they used to be. But again, shrinkflation with fucking everything,
I
mate.
know.
Hey, Bailey.
That's the face or something.
It's ridiculous now. But the matcha one is okay, but the only one that's let me down out of all these shakes is the matcha one. Everyone else is
Well,
really,
it's matcha.
every single one is really thick and milkshakey.
Well, it's
The only one
matcha.
is watery, is that one. Try it, it's really watery.
Oh, the green.
Yeah. It's got a hint of
Yeah,
strawberry.
yeah.
It's not, it's a
Try
bit...
it in a minute.
Oh, okay.
No, it's good. Try it, try it.
Yeah, the only one that lets me down is that all the other ones are really nice. I'm going to put the other three, and do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put these in the freezer. Do you know why? Because these are like milkshakes. So these will taste amazing when they turn into ice cream. Do you know what I'm saying? Or I might put these two in the freezer and eat my caramel one, like your one, and then put these two in the freezer, the strawberry cheesecake one and the chocolate one. That's fucking amazing.
Is
That.
that is that?
Yeah, that's best chocolate one you'll probably ever taste. You'll probably agree. It tastes like Belgian chocolate, like proper expensive, like dark Belgian chocolate. It tastes really nice. Perfect. The matcha one lets me down. It's very watery. But yeah, and the caramel pieces will be nice. The bits on top will be nice when they're frozen. Hello. Hope everyone's doing well. Where's the remote? Oh, there it is. But what I'm going to do is add a little bit more milk to the strawberry cheesecake one before I put it in the freezer. Add a little bit more milk to that one to top it up. And put them both in the freezer. And I put a bit more milk in that one before I drink it again to top it up because of the big biscuit pieces. Because you're getting stuck to the sides, put some milk in it. The pieces will float to the bottom. I can't see it. The only thing that lets us down as well, they didn't give us any napkins. But most restaurants will give you some napkins. He stabbed it straight through his body over a £50 drug deal. Why Britain lets you fly this aircraft without a license? Nice. Satisfying death of Mr. Beast Burger. Nice.
The first man to surpass 500 million subscribers has opened amusement parks, hosted his own TV show, given away millions of dollars, plastered his face absolutely everywhere all around the world.
Doing a bomb quickly here before I eat my food. As I always like to
There's a reason no one else does what I do. It's like no
put a
one
bit.
makes me as anywhere near as difficult as we do.
But yeah, so I bought 5 milkshakes, caramel shortbread one, strawberry cheesecake one, a matcha one, and then another caramel one, and a chocolate one. By far the chocolate one is probably the nicest. Then the strawberry cheesecake, then the caramel, then the matcha in last place, because the matcha you'd expect it to be in the milkshakey, but no, it's really watery. All the other ones are like proper like milkshake, McDonald's milkshake-esque. The other one is just really watery. I wouldn't buy it. Personally, if it was my opinion, I would buy it again. Like, look at that, right? That looks amazing, right? And then look at this. Do you see what I'm saying? How different water and just yeah, it's a letdown. If you like matcha, go for it, but I wouldn't buy it. If you want a milkshake, it's in the same section as all the other milkshakes because it says matcha milkshake. It's not a milkshake. It's more like a watery shake. Right, there's another shake. Look, you can't see it, like, do you know what I mean? In comparison, how thick that is. And then look at the difference. And look, how much strawberry compote at the bottom? They're taking the piss. Like, literally, how much? Just a dribble. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's meant to be strawberry and matcha. It's more like matcha and with a hint of strawberry.
Take the piss. All the other ones look good. Like this one looks like a tiramisu.
Put
the bits on top.
Local bars, and struggling
And then that
chains
one
keep their
just
head
looks
above water.
amazing.
Let's say you own a mom and pop
Like the
restaurant.
caramel bits on top,
You literally just sign
crunchy
up,
bits on top.
Go through the course, you learn how to
It's
make
really
all
good.
stuff on a menu, and you just order our ingredients and our packaging, and then you just click it on.
Yeah,
Google
that's
Maps,
my dingo.
and you can start taking orders, and we let you.
If you can like and subscribe, that'd be
I
much
wanna be a
appreciated.
modern restaurant that just somehow I don't know how. I don't care. I don't care if it makes money. Just I want the best experience possible. If Five Guys can be successful, like why can't Beast
What's it
Burger?
like,
You know?
Peter?
And the deal is
Better?
fairly simple. The
Not
Burger
bad.
Kitchen
Nice.
would keep around 30% of their profits. Another estimated 30% would go to ingredients and the Beast Burger packaging for the food itself. Of course, the food delivery apps would get their 15 to 30% cut.
Got myself a
The rest
tender.
of the profit was split between Mr. Beast and this company called
Almost looks like a
Virtual Dining
ghost.
Concepts,
There's no
who
problem.
partnered with Jimmy to create this entire venture. Basically, Virtual Dining Concepts, also known as the VDC,
He's heating up
was supposed
as
to have
stone
the
cold.
business relationships and the business infrastructure to really support the entire operation. All while Mr. Beast, on the other hand, would mainly handle the promo and be the face behind the entire project.
So we have a partner, basically a guy who's been doing restaurants his whole life. He owned 300
Not bad.
restaurants. So he launched this 300 restaurants, and that's just all sold out.
And all this all sounded great on the surface, and the venture would go on to make over $150 million in their first calendar year. This would quickly turn into the biggest mistake of Jimmy Donaldson's life. One that would not only torment him for years to come, but even in the present day, Mr. Beast Burger is still a massive pain in his ass. I'm talking about serious damage
Yeah, that's
to
right.
his reputation, lawsuits in the hundreds of millions of dollars, and an ongoing legal battle that could have left him bankrupt. This is the downfall of Mr. Beast Burger and how it almost destroyed the entire Mr. Beast brand.
Water was alright, really good strawberry taste. It's quite watery compared to that.
Now, back in August of
That's an actual
2020 is
milkshake.
when Jimmy was
That's a
water
doing
shake.
testing in the background for the Beast Burger brand.
Yeah, hot day
You
with
know,
rice,
trying
right?
to
Yeah.
ensure the system and
But
really
you'd be
see if
disappointed
they
if you're
can
expecting a
maintain quality
milkshake.
control. A little
Do you see what I'm saying?
foreshadowing
That's what I'm
that
getting at,
the
because it's in the same
Beast Burger,
category
the Beast style
as all the other
burger,
ones.
the Chandler style, and of course the Chris style. Who could forget Chris? You know, each other came with a freaky Discord call and message. But that was like the shooting a special
Just
sauce
creamy.
for your sandwich. Okay, I made that better. But then
The whole one's
also
pizza.
grilled cheese, a chicken finger sandwich, and of course some fries on the side. Basically, Jimmy took all the most popular members of his cast.
Definitely needs
and
heating
gave
up.
them an item on the menu. And of course, in his promotional video, he wanted to give the audience a visual. So he took over
I got a fillet burger,
location, a burger
but I got also
like he
an actual
rebranded the slot, giving out money
Zinger burger as well,
which
so that
obviously caused hysteria in the local area.
We'll fight on this burger. Probably gonna go everywhere. So yeah, I need to heat it up. But
Gotta give away money because we don't have any food ready. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got no food, sorry. Bruh. And so Jimmy would post this video announcing Beast Burger while simultaneously launching 300 virtual kitchens all across the country that very same night. First of all, where's Mr. Beast Burger? How many of them do you have?
So right now we don't have any physical. We have 1,600 virtual restaurants.
Oh, so you order it online and then they deliver it? And despite hitting #1 on the App Store, the Mr. Beast Burger app would completely crash
Hi,
due
Lucas.
to the sheer demand all around the country. And honestly, this app was a big part of Jimmy's
That's proper
plan.
spicy.
You know, by collecting his fans'
That's
emails,
spicy.
their phone numbers, and their physical locations, Jimmy was really attempting to harvest first-party data.
When people
That's
download
the
our
sweet.
app, like that's where you get all the data. You
Sweet.
can send out notifications every day.
Sweet
around
chili-
lunchtime,
sweet chili
street
sauce,
sales, like that.
But
If
with
you
the
do a
Zinger
virtual
burger,
kitchen, like, sorry,
they put the Zinger sauce there as well,
Yeah.
so it makes it proper
But then
spicy.
the sheer weight of his own hype really broke the
Don't have to
system.
attack it.
And obviously with the app going down, kids were closing it, and they would in turn use Uber Eats or DoorDash instead to get their grimy hands on the meal. Oh, Chris, I need your burger.
You've got one
Anyway,
of these,
though,
right?
right off the bat, Beast Burger was viewed as a massive
James?
commercial success. With a
No,
nice
yours
little
got hash
graphic
brown.
angle for Mr. Beast to work with, which at the time was basically his brand's entire identity.
How much money have you given away at the window? Come on, how much food have we given away? I'm going broke.
But through his partnership with Virtual Dining Concepts, they made a few massive mistakes.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought owning a restaurant would be easier. It's actually kind of hard.
With With the main one being their recruiting and vetting process
Can't
for
touch
who
this
can
video,
exactly
but-
join their program.
But yeah, that's quite, that's incredibly
Because with all
smart.
these people hurting for money at the time, you had this long line of businesses trying to get their cut, and they were stepping on with anyone who had a quote-unquote commercial kitchen.
A new ghost kitchen operating here, bringing in much needed business.
He wouldn't have imagined it a year or so ago that he'd be using
Yeah.
10% of his food.
Ben Stillman, the owner, says he had no idea what he was getting into.
All of a sudden, we were getting 200 orders a day.
But the regulations and the classified as a commercial kitchen cast a very wide net, meaning you could order food from Beast Burger, and it could be made at a high-end restaurant. Or, it could be lazily thrown together in the back of a sketchy gas station or dive bar. Obviously,
Yeah.
meaning there was zero
Yeah.
consistency
Yeah.
outside of the Mr. Beast branding. You didn't know if you were going to open up, this
I would like,
gourmet, Gordon
with your
Ramsay
burger,
style burger, or something
I'd like
that would
close
be
it up
made
how
in
they
a
do
back
it.
alley by a
Once you've
fucking
done
rat.
that,
So basically,
and then
a
eat
few
it in the
customers
package,
got
so
lucky,
you
they
can
got
eat
some
in the
great
house
food,
without it
while
doing
many
it.
others started posting pictures and
Maybe
videos
not everything,
online
just
of
not.
completely raw burgers. Maybe a missing item or something that was severely burnt. A couple of people even found hair in their food, and obviously all
A
of
couple
this
people
discourse
found hair
turned
in
into
their
a
food,
digital giveaway. Very
Not what you
similar
want
to when mold was found in
have in
his
your
luncheon
food.
product, and it would become a viral talking point for creators on every
No
platform.
one wants a hair.
I don't really know anything about burger. I sure this is a
Call
raw
Teddy.
always,
Leave a
but,
foot.
like, I feel like this burger's
Teddy. No, it's fine. Yeah.
The food tastes phenomenal. which I
Yeah,
think
straight away.
is still pretty funny.
At least we know he likes coleslaw. That'll do, mate. Fucking hell. It's gonna go. No, it's gonna go everywhere, and you're not gonna listen to it.
There's all these
No, it's gonna go. That's what I mean. You're putting way too much in there. Overloading the thing. You won't be able to close it, and you fucking. The burger will go soggy. Do you know what I mean? And it'll fall apart in your hand. You know why? You have to eat that fucking hella quick.
I'm not going to put it on the ghost kitchen.
The burger's already gone moist
And
from all the other
really
things
had
that
to make Jimmy's blood boil because the guy is absolutely obsessed with the small details of his
Well, these
business, all the back-end analytics. But because of this partnership deal that he stupidly
Where's my
signed,
fork?
he was at the mercy of
I think give me
programming
some.
concepts, and in turn totally out of control of the fate of this new entity that he had
Yeah, here's my
plastered
fork.
and advertised his name.
I know you gave it to me.
Still, the
I didn't
brand
want
sold
to.
over 1 million burgers in just 90 days, netting over $8 million in revenue on that single
Control
item
these.
alone. And then by month 6, they had doubled the amount of locations to 600 across America and Canada, meaning almost anywhere you may live within the U.S., you could in theory experience a Beast Burger. You could be
It's not hot,
tasting that
I know
boy
what you do.
Chris.
It's gonna need to be heated up.
I
smell it quite nice.
In this badass high-speed car. In
Mm.
reality, the wheels were
You're
falling
good.
off the entire time. That axle was
Not
fucking
bad.
great. Let's talk about
Got a lot of flavour.
Beast Burger is fresh meat. It's no better
You
than
got barbecue sauce.
How many kitchens you got?
I want to try the gravy as well. The gravy's their
So for
signature
the
thing.
next 2 years, they would continue the Beast Burger operation. And by the end of 2022, they would actually open a
Huh?
brick and mortar
What we need
location
anyway.
at the
There's three
American
gravies anyway. I
Food
put
in
them
New
down there.
Jersey. And the day they launched
We
it,
can have it
actually
tomorrow.
broke the record for the most burgers sold in a single day by a single restaurant.
You off to bed, are you? Yeah, that barbecue. Yeah, that barbecue thing is nice. It's not bad at all. Barbecue dip thing. But I like the classic. But no, what we're gonna do is wrap it up. Don't pick it up like that. It's gonna go everywhere. No, wrap it up in the thingy because it's gonna go everywhere. Like how they do sort of thing. Put it in the middle of the thing.
I mean, this launch was
And then like, wrap it up like that.
from all over the world from the
And then you can
just
wrap it fucking in. Look. Look at that. You know what I mean? And then look. Bit by bit. You can roll away and pack it. Fucking everywhere. And you can squish down with it without getting it on your hands and stuff. There you go. You got how much you do that one? And then as you go along, you can just slide back it. Once you do trust me, you don't slide down too much, it'll fall apart. Or you can look at it. I've learned from that the hard way. Because that's just falls. You know what I mean? Yeah, you drop straight out your mouth. I knew you'd drop it. Straight away. He's unraveled it. Told you, the coastal will fall out. You don't listen. I knew that was going to happen.
Well, we'll hear about the planet, but
Yeah, that's right.
Jimmy knew that this was a high-speed train heading down some seriously messed up
Yeah, that's
tracks.
coastal.
And despite making over
Red carrots.
$100 in gross
They're good
revenue
though,
in
and
the
you can
first
eat
year and a
vegetables.
half, Jimmy already
Some
knew that he
vegetables.
was
Now we
ready to
found
distance
loads of
himself
roasted,
from
roasted lettuce
the
that we had
brands
the
entirely.
other day, or whatever that stuff was. I think it's also cabbage, roasted cabbage, I think. And now we know he likes carrots as well. Dogs will eat most things. They won't eat a lot of things. They won't eat.
Because it's scary. Model life studying YouTube videos about rally, not business building. But
So years after signing the deal, Mr. Beast was incredibly unhappy.
But yeah, I
with
think
the
what I'm gonna do is
execution.
drink that
I
one,
think that
water
the
is
issue
one.
was that he tried to scale this restaurant business the exact same
What I
way
think I'm gonna do
he
is
did his
I'm
YouTube
gonna freeze
channel,
these ones
and it simply did
and
not
drink the
work.
water as well.
just literally what I did on YouTube.
But add a little bit more
I'm
milk
gonna
to
do
it,
restaurant, like,
because
it
it needs
makes
it. It's
money,
too
it's
watery.
profitable.
It tastes like
And
water,
I'm just like,
not
yo,
milk.
just keep it, like,
Bro, those actually taste like milk.
bro, like, don't give it money.
You know, the pandemic had long passed, and he was making a very thin margin on this entire
Make a bit of room in the
operation
freezers,
because
we'll put
he
all
was
three of them
such a
side by
big
side,
fan of
hopefully.
those kitchens.
No, and then give it 2 hours and they'll be frozen.
Full dining concepts.
Do you know what I mean? Because it won't take long because they're already ice cold. Well, they're not ice cold, but they're cold.
Because if they say these are better, it's not my fault.
Whereas the only one that's actually got ice in it is this one, the matcha.
The version they ordered is the one with
All the other ones don't. You want one ice in a milkshake anyway, because it watered down your milkshake. Make it watery. Or maybe they forgot to add the milk to that one. You never know. Or maybe they just added the matcha drink without the milk bit. You don't know. Because it looked just didn't look well. They had the tiniest bit of strawberry at the bottom and advertised. It's like no strip from the sides. The other one, the only one that looked remotely like the picture. Is that one. Yeah, look, it's all at the bottom. It's beautiful.
They mainly amounted to raw beef being served
And maybe
over and over again.
that one. You can see a little bit of caramel drip. And then the strawberry shortcake one, a tiny bit of compote at the bottom of the corner.
And this is when Mr. Beast would actually make his most critical mistake.
Proper bit
In
straw-
June
apparently they're proper
2023, he
bits of straw.
responded directly to fans on Twitter.
So that's what I mean, it'd be nice to make it into ice cream.
With those kitchens
Give it a
is to
stir.
kind of ignore the quality
Sort
of
of
the
bits
food from other restaurants.
in the milk.
Realistically, it's impossible. I signed a bad deal initially, and now BDC won't let me stop even though it's terrible for my brand.
I'm an idiot. I never ran a restaurant. Like,
Although he would quickly delete these tweets, the damage had already been done.
Yeah, so what are
He
you
had
for?
now pointed blame in the direction of his business partner.
You should try it.
And this is when
It's
all hell
made
broke
with real
loose.
bits of chicken.
As the very next month, Jimmy
You can
was
taste the
filed a
KFC
$1
chicken,
million
yeah.
lawsuit against
Taste it just
Virtual
So you
chicken.
have to inject
Oh,
that.
you want to try and dip it? I'd say wait until you've
to the Mr. Beast brand.
got a corner available and then dip the corner.
Rapid expansion of the
Or maybe just pull it back a little bit so you've got a corner exposed, but then like, you can have to hold the middle so they feel apart.
With the main scamming allegation being that the BDC
I know what you're thinking, you want to like drip it on there. You could do it for you.
and this trademark cover restaurant and kitchen services, as well as food and delivery, and even merchandise as far as the Beast Burger brand was concerned.
Well, let's see who's running a video. You're like, well, Mr. Beast Burger popping off this week.
exactly.
And by the way, it's here to fucking hour before the shit down. This one's burger. I don't know how to feel about this.
Now, I really feel
And it
that
makes the
Jimmy
burger
got the
warm
name
as well.
followed due to all the bad publicity.
Gravy.
As in the internet world, this happens
makes the
all
burger
the
even
time when
moister.
a bigger creator is able to poach an unknown entity
Good
or
idea.
person. But the BDC would actually come back with their very
The
own
bread
$100 million
would absorb it.
counter lawsuits, and this all went down in the matter of a couple of days. I mean, you have to think that they had this countersuit somewhat locked and loaded.
Chicken gravy
Once the smoke
infused.
started, that Jimmy was unhappy with the brand
Right.
for months. And it sounded like his frustration was unwarranted.
That's why I got the gravy.
They wouldn't be surprised
Oh, they
if
gave
the
us free
shit
because I asked for a
was
large. So
constantly
just gave
going
it too
viral.
small.
Like
Too
someone legitimately had
small.
theirs packaged
Very
in
small
goddamn
to
7-Eleven
compensate for
wrap.
the
So
for
his
one
customers
large.
were essentially paying a premium price
Too
for
small.
whatever scraps
Well, no,
the
the too small. We got a better deal. Because the too small were £2.99 each, so £3. Where a large was £4, £3.99, so £1 more. So we actually got two smalls for £2.99. So fiver. Yeah, so we literally got a pound's worth more of gravy, basically, for free. But we spent 80 quid's worth of food, so. And we got free fries down here. And the popcorn chicken, remember? That's what we can eat that for lunch tomorrow. We can get that. I'm not very good. We got, yeah, you hear the air fryer tomorrow. In the cardboard box. If you're not going to eat all this tonight, like I'm going to eat this burger in a minute. Mini filler burger is one of my favourites. Take it back to, like I said, when I first used to start working for Safe and Sound when I was younger. Hey, Bob. So I got a strawberry cheesecake milkshake.
And so now it has been around 3 years since
I got
the battle started.
a caramel shake with caramel in it,
Especially in America,
with like bits on top.
has completely died. To be a very
I've got a chocolate one.
were simply never there.
Chocolate one looks the best by far. And then I got a matcha one. The matcha one's not really like a milkshake, it's really, really watery, as you can see. Look. Kindly, pretty disappointed with the matcha one. All the other ones live up to the hype, like the name, like they're really tasty. Well, but the matcha one, yeah. I don't know what the hype is really of the matcha craze. It's Mexican or Portuguese, I don't know.
It's obviously been over for half a decade now. And at this
I know
point,
Messi's
those
known for
kitchen
drinking
swaps are
matcha.
like Chili's or
That's all I
Applebee's,
know,
trying to
really.
squeeze every last drop out of their extra ingredients and inventory. Well, obviously, people
But yeah, I got 4 different flavours. Spent 80 odd quid in KFC. Quite a bit to spend, really. But you tell me this one, obviously I'm going to add some milk to this and then put this in the freezer. It's amazing. You tell me this one tastes amazing as a fucking ice cream. And wait, because you think if this is an ice cream, think how long it will take me to eat the ice cream. Half an hour, whereas the drink will take me 2 minutes to drink. You tell me that don't taste like Belgian chocolate, dark chocolate. It's fucking
But
amazing.
still, the court is trying to decide who breached the contract first, whether or not it was legal for
Court
Mr.
chocolate,
Beast to
that's
disassociate
actually fucking
completely
amazing.
from the burger brand, without giving them notice.
Probably one of the best I've
Whether or
tried.
not all the bad
For a
press
chocolate
and
shake,
raw
it's way
meat
better
warrants damage payments to Jimmy
than a
for
traditional
his
chocolate
overall
shake.
reputation.
Mr. Beast, you put me on touching this shit, man.
And the other major thing that they're still fighting over is the right to its trademark in regards to the way I explained earlier. That is why the BDC can still keep the brick and mortar location open until it is ruled by the judge that they can never use
Hope
the
you did
name
good, Bob.
again. I mean, honestly, this entire thing is
Yeah,
still
the
kind
rice
of in the
is really
pregame,
nice with the
and
gravy.
quite frankly, it is not close to being settled.
And the gravy, look how thick it is as well. Like, proper gravy, proper thick.
But in the end, the guy pretty much
Like, they've
created a
cracked the
massive
thickness
amount
of how
press, and
thick
legal
gravy
drama
should
for
be.
himself in the process. But ironically, because of all this
Like you put it on your fork, turn it upside down and it won't go
create
anywhere.
his most successful brand.
Like you dip your fork in it now and it won't go
Obviously, he
anywhere.
controls and owns
Like when you take it out,
100%
it's
of the
upside down.
product and the direction it goes. From the ingredients
So I mean, some
to the
KFCs are
supply
hit and miss.
chains and who they choose to
So
work
clearly
with.
this KFC is a good
Some sense, also openly lying to some.
Definitely with a milkshake.
Feasible someday.
They smashed it straight out of the
We
park.
spent
10 out of 10 with the
2.5 years
milkshakes.
before we even
Like I
launched.
said, the matcha, I'd rate that. I'm not really a fan of matcha. Had the McDonald's one, that was probably tastier. And that was more milkshake like. More matcha in it as well, to be fair. I think it was like $3.99. It's quite expensive.
About the Beast Burger saga down below. Are you guys still a fan of Mr. Beast? Did you ever watch his videos? I feel like he has lost a lot of public favor the last couple of years. Recently, he went on Joe Rogan, and the comment section was overwhelmingly negative. So y'all let me know if you want me to cover that. Was this ultimately just a massive, very expensive lesson for Mr. Beast? Did you try the Mr. Beast burger yourself? And were you actually just getting fed some raccoon meat from the local alley? Either way, I want to know y'all's thoughts down below. I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other failed products out you need to be covered. So I'm out. Peace.
Have you thought about how you keep customers coming back? Like, is there more attention to that at the restaurant?
It's amazing. You know what I mean?
So it has been a few years since I last spoke about the numbers.
Yeah.
Recently, something has come across my desk that I simply I'm talking about a potential heist that is not known to the general public. It has to be one of, if not the biggest, in YouTube history. And the craziest part is, they swindled every cent right under the nose of their biggest fans. But to understand the ride I'm about to take you on, we have to go all the way back to to January 19th of 2022, when Nelk would make a decision that would change their brand, their reputation, and their lives forever.
We would never, ever put a brand on the line that we worked on
Do you know
for
what they do
10
with this
years
one as well?
to even make $25 million, to even make $50 million.
Do you know what they do with this one as
There's
well?
no amount of money that would
I'm actually gonna
make us wanna
grab-
just put our stuff on the line.
Maybe with this one as well, because it's got caramel in it. And this one's
Now, it's
More like
common to
Biscoff
believe
one.
at this point that
What's
it
it?
has
It's a
been
strawberry.
4 long
Yeah, that was
years
a caramel
since
and that was a
one of the
strawberry.
worst
But what I
eras
might do
in
is
internet
put
history. And
crush
I'm
a
not
few
talking about
few of those
when
Biscoff
Jake Paul
biscuits.
was trying to make some music.
Put some in
I'm
there.
talking about the NFT gold
Mix them around.
rush, when thousands of grown men
The Biscoff
across the
biscuits.
globe bought into this idea
Mash them
that
up and
Jake
put them in there.
images were
Mash them up,
destined to
put them
be
in
the
there.
next great
And then
investment.
get a few of my
Images
Pop
of
Sweet
custom
cereal.
monkeys smoking
Put a bit of that in there, put that, and mix that in there, and then make them into ice cream. And tell me that it's fucking amazing. That's what I mean. They come up with great ideas, like a mad scientist idea. But you know, mixing their cereal, that Pop Sweet cereal, is really light and airy anyway, so I go really well with the ice cream. Yeah, mixing that. And maybe with the caramel one, add a tiny bit of salted caramel sauce because we've got that free. So add a bit of that to make it even more caramel. You know, it's going to be amazing by the time that comes out the freezer tomorrow.
Like I'm saying, within
Well,
6
3-4
months
hours.
for 99% of these projects, the writing was on the wall that they were absolute duds. But for the Nelk boys, they saw this as the opportunity of a lifetime to finally unleash the biggest hits and lows that right into the face
But
of
yeah,
their
so
audience. Because for
Biscoff,
those who don't
Biscoff.
know, by that time, Nelk had built one of the
Add the
strongest
Biscoff
brand
first,
identities
then
on
mix
the
it
entire
round, then add
planet.
the extra milk,
Forming
mix
a
that
legitimate
round.
media empire over the
Then
course of
mix
5
that round.
years that included
Shame I
tens
didn't
of
get any
millions of
chocolate
dollars in
digestives because I would
merchandise
have
sales.
crushed a few of those and then put those in the warm chocolate. That would have tasted amazing as well. Remember, you got some of these as well. You got 2 of these as well, 2 each. Because I've got one left. You got one left. What's that?
Yeah, we're doing these.
At least you can't say you're not eating tonight. At least there's no excuse for you to be late at night. At least we
By developing this entire culture around their brand, mixing Canadian lingo with American frat culture, lifestyle, and eventually conservative ideology.
This what you said.
well, yeah, you was supposed to like anchor onto it. I didn't know it was going to come out all at once. So don't be careful, because like you're going to drop it again. Hope everyone's doing alright, hope everyone's blessed.
Marketing work like a charm on men all around the world, especially in America.
Yeah, I got my fillet burger here, I've got my gravy, I've got 5 milkshakes. Didn't decide which one I wanted.
Let's go! These guys are often looking for direction, acceptance, friendship, and a sense of belonging to something greater than themselves, while also wanting to align their identity to something that could in theory give them immediate status and access to events.
You know, have you ever heard of the brand called
that they so
Drip?
desire.
Have you seen the cans in the store? DRIP, Drip. What do you think it is? Just from the title. Do you think it's an energy drink? Do you think it's a soft
We'll see
drink?
all these
What?
things on display here in a second. You know, in the way that they play with
No, it's just water.
But either way, Penelope was like
It's
suddenly
like
this
what happens
freight channel
when you
that
reach the
started
tap
with
on
3 or 4
it
guys,
drips.
depending on the time period
Drip,
we're
get the
looking at.
idea of the name? I get
Slowly
it.
all these different characters.
It's quite a simple name, isn't it?
There
It's always the simplest
were
name to the
arrests,
point. Catchy.
people were kicked out, people were brought back in, they were almost banned from YouTube several times, and all along the mastermind behind the entire venture.
But yeah, what I'm gonna do with my
moving in the right direction.
milkshakes is I'm gonna freeze them in the freezer because they're gonna be taste so much better as ice cream than they will as milkshakes, and they'll take a lot longer to eat them than it would if you were to drink your milkshake, which you drink with your meal, and you'd probably eat that or drink that in 20-25 minutes. If you were pacing it with your meal and you wanted to make it last. Whereas if you're eating a tub of ice cream, 500ml tub, it's going to take you at least, well, I was going to say I could probably eat it quicker. but you want to savor it, so you probably eat it
Back in
slower.
early 2022, Nelk announced that they would be stepping their dirty little toes into the NFT deep end. Only mere months after learning what an NFT was in the first place.
Ours is called Full Send Metacard. What that gives you access to is, like I said, everything that we have now, and then everything that we're going to do, not only in the physical world, but also as the world becomes more digital.
You know, they kind of softly massage their audience into purchasing these full send meta cards,
I
speaking
forgot we
often
had
about
that
the metaverse and how
Oh,
NFTs are
I
going to
forgot we
be
had
the
these.
next big thing, and then of course bringing on the
Yes, you
NFT
forget we had
godfather
these.
Gary Vee to
Yeah,
show
you
this
forget we had
absolute
these. Look at these.
horseshit.
A lot of
Let's
people
show
have
what
heard
it
the
is.
term NFT, they don't know what it is. They think, a lot of people think it's a
Well,
scam
well,
or this
well,
and that. But like, everybody thought the internet was a fact. And that's what you're hearing right now about NFTs. Like, this is money laundering, this is a fact.
Well, so it's a
But
bone.
the overall concept of NFTs
I
and what
got
it
you,
represents
yeah.
will affect
Yeah,
every
that's
person
the
listening and watching for the
rings.
rest of our fucking lives.
Keep bringing up
No.
more than 95% probably of influencers that don't understand the NFT space.
So do the
Got a
homework.
bone
Right,
ring,
but
bro.
what I'm saying, if I get a brand deal, it's up.
Bob, the answer is do the
I
fucking
think
homework.
you gotta do homework and try to get ownership
My answer
in a
is
successful project, aka ours.
You know, I feel like this guy used to be decent, but these days I find him
Yeah,
to
not
be
bad.
insanely annoying.
you're way fucking better spending 50 hours doing your own homework on Twitter, YouTube, and Discord on NFTs than any fucking thing going on in college. Yeah?
But what is step one? So say you have to put those 50
Do
hours.
what I did in January. What is an NFT? Enter.
Enter on Google.
That's right.
Either way, the entire pitch was the next audience could now invest in them directly. At the time these NFT cards were minted, which means they're made available to the public to purchase, they cost an average of around 0.75 Ethereum, which at the time was about $2,300. And Nook sold 10,000 of these cards in 10 minutes,
Wow.
which would net them over $23 million from their NFT project.
crazy.
But the main proposition that they pitched over and over again in podcasts, interviews, and on Instagram was that anyone who purchased the full Send Meta card would be getting exclusive access to perks that no one else could ever receive.
And as this, like, as
Isn't
we
that
build
nice?
this empire, you're one of
So
10,000
fucking
people
with that.
that's getting access to everything that we're gonna fucking do.
Makes sense.
We want people that say, hell yeah, I would go to a fucking
gonna heat this up.
Hotel casino in
You can
5
save this for
years.
later. I love
Also,
this.
that
That
this
is my
card
favourite.
now made you a founding shareholder
It's like the
in
basic,
the
but
empire.
it's
It's
the
like a modern
mayonnaise.
day, like a
But it's not basic.
decentralized way to.
The last time I had
for people
it,
to,
a
like,
slither of
invest
lettuce,
in
same
us.
much food,
Our
same
main
as they put in
base
this one.
money, right? So we just sold a bunch, so we have the money, and then in exchange, we give them a portion of
It's
it,
like this,
and
yeah.
then so they
Not
have something,
like
right, that they
one-
can verify as theirs.
Maybe
And
two
now we
lettuce
have all
leaves
this
if you're
money,
lucky.
and our job is to build shit. So we're gonna launch like physical
Yeah, look.
locations, like
Two
we're gonna
lettuce
launch
leaves
full
if you're
sun
lucky.
lounges. We're
And,
gonna start
a
here,
chicken
and then maybe do
temple.
in Vegas, Miami, New York. So we're gonna launch like physical shit.
Yeah,
and
these are
then
my
maybe
favourite,
do
obviously,
four
that's what
figures.
you got.
That's just
They're
like
amazing,
one
these
of the
are.
things we're gonna do, but that'll drive up the price of
I
their.
think it's just the mayonnaise.
So if they're giving us money, we get the money, we do as much shit possible to
But it's
drive up
better
the
than-
price of their medical. So it's kind of like they're investing and getting a return, you know?
I'm gonna put the microwave on that, look.
Yeah, like now we have like a
Put the
real
microwave on.
budget off the money that we made to hire like a full team just to focus on the utilities for Metacard holders, which is pretty cool, right?
Constantly and consistently, Kyle and his band of idiots claimed that these users would gain access to full
Yeah, the
send
match is not
gyms,
bad, but yeah, it
full
could
send
do as well.
casinos, full send restaurants, full send supplements,
Actually,
as well
like,
as private events, private
tasting
tasting
like a
of their
milkshake.
happy dad beverages.
We've already been thinking one day we're gonna open up full send gyms.
The strawberry at the bottom is really nice, don't get me wrong, that's really nice. But that's the same as in the strawberry
Casino, it's like
shortcake.
the Hard Rock. Lounges,
Do you know what I mean?
Full Send could be in almost every space. Every space that we say is like, you know, as a male consumer,
Except for that.
anything cool. We got a fucking Full Send sports agency.
As well as private access to future NFT projects that they plan to drop
Yeah,
later
me
that
too.
year.
Look how much
We're
milk
gonna be
he's
dropping
putting.
a lot of NFT projects under the Full Send umbrella.
I'm hoping that other milk that we got up and
But
hasn't gone off.
Metacard holders will have first access.
And I know that, but
And
with
of
my
course,
other
those
milk we've got hasn't
celebrity
gone off.
meetups on
Even though
Epstein
we opened
Island.
it.
Okay,
Even though it says
maybe
like
a
26th or
keyboard.
27th.
They especially talked
When I
about
opened
big
it, I
game
didn't
on
open
these
it
full
on
send
like the day I
gyms.
bought it.
Tried to tell you a few times.
Maybe like 4
But
days
I'll
after,
tell you guys
so
about
it means it's got an actual
the
4 days
Full Send
after
Not
that,
just that
26th, you see what I'm saying? So
Really
it all depends on when I opened it. If I'd opened it on the day I bought it, then yes, it would have gone within 26th. Say if I opened it on the, I don't know,
Makes sense.
by the end of
say it lasts, it's meant to last 2 weeks, a week on opening.
full send gyms.
And I opened it on
Maybe
the
3, maybe 5.
25th.
Kyle claimed that card holders would have free and
That's way past. Let's say I opened it on the 21st.
which he said eventually
It's not
would
going to
be
go
all
off on the
over
26th, 5 days later.
Like, once we open
Do you know what I mean? And that's probably last about a week and a half before it goes off. So it'll probably go off by like the 1st or the 2nd.
Everywhere.
So that's what I'm getting at. I'm hoping that be able to smell it and it ain't gone off. I'll just use it in these drinks.
within 6 months from the minted
It's
date
on,
of
it's chain, I
the
have to chuck it away.
How
Don't matter,
far
like I
is
say,
it?
like you say, I don't like chucking things away, especially like milk,
6 months.
because it's good calcium and protein.
But we could have like 5 to 6 this year.
And their eventual
But yeah, fingers crossed.
strip clubs, they talked about brothels, and to even host these large full-sense music festivals.
Barbershops. Yeah, so we could have a full send festival like Rolling Loud, golf of course, and we could have a golf course, strip club, 100%, full send strip club, full send golf club.
Kyle at this point made his audience think that he was all in on both NFTs and the metaverse in general, which at the time I guess was kind of known to be the next big thing.
The rice though is not, it's a shame, well, I was going to say try it, but it's nice to obviously warm or hot with some chicken on it and some gravy to it. Imagine like I said, mixing that in with the rice. So it's an unusual option to have instead of having chips. Because they don't offer rice in McDonald's, do they? They offer, what restaurant can offer rice? But Burger King doesn't, McDonald's doesn't, fucking Subway doesn't. Actually, Subway I think do offer rice boxes now. But only because they've realised that people want different options, not just fries. Do you know what I mean? Hence why I like them having little mini hash browns as well and stuff.
Like in your fucking house,
Like little table
sitting on your metaverse fucking couch. Like she goes like 3 years from now, yes. Like we're gonna be at the club in Miami, and like Steiny's gonna like say.
You know, the dripped wings aren't bad. They could be better.
Biggest thing in the metaverse.
The dripped wings could be better. That is what I mean, right? The rice is, well, the box is relatively warm, but when you try it, I don't think we've ever had AFC rice, and it's still like, you can see you have oysters still. Try it. And it's see how bland it is, or do you think it's just quite bland, or you think it's got flavour to it?
Both metaphorically and physically at the same time.
Oh look, it's got bits of chicken.
Things
Look
I've
at
heard in
that.
my entire life. As a matter of fact, I sat through
Yeah,
the
it's got
audio
bits of
version
chicken.
of this
It's
podcast
quite
because
warm,
the entire thing has
but
not been removed
it's
from
actually
YouTube
really tasty.
altogether. And I really felt like I was
Now
listening
you'll
to
realise,
a
oh,
bunch
we
of
should
absolute idiots
even though we got
blind
chips, you should
into
have
misery.
got rice instead, because you could have had that as an
Fuck,
option.
like here to flex a fucking profile
It's
picture.
nice,
In
isn't it?
5 years, I feel like everyone will
Tasty.
be doing it, and your profile picture will be like a flex.
So instead of getting the loaded chips, you could have got the rice, and then you've got the tenders, and you cut the tenders up, put the gravy back in,
Like their project was any different from any
and
other
then you said to
NFT
yourself,
shit.
how nice it was.
NFT projects
Rice pat on the go.
You know, we could build a
It's called a little piece of
T
chicken.
project now, we've learned in 1 week.
Could have released one like.
Well, it tastes like curried rice.
So we thought
A
through
bit of
it,
chicken.
how
Put
we
it tastes
want
like
to
curried
really
rice.
do this proper.
That's so made a lot of money.
No, it pieces of chicken in it as well.
We kind of really did something.
It tastes like
different
curried
with it,
rice to me with
which
bits
is
of
like
chicken.
it's a long-term thing, you know. It's pretty crazy. What we
Not
can
bad
do
by
in the
any
next
means, got
5
flavour.
years.
Like definitely, if you put the gravy on there, put that in there, put a chicken tender in there. If you put a chicken tender in there, with some gravy in there, heat up, that's going to taste lovely. That with that flavourful rice. It's not bland. But if you want to help yourself, anyone who wants
I was walking through an airport
I'll
the
grab
other
one
day
for
and
you.
I was like,
it's this
maybe we
one.
do a full sense supplement store inside airports, you know, it's like,
And the other thing is, there was really no sense of community other than them continuing to sell this pipe dream. They did this by making their desperate viewers who idolize them really think they could go to a UFC
You've
event
got
with
one more,
Steve.
you've got
Oh,
two
maybe we're
lots.
gonna shotgun
So
a
that's
beer,
yours, then.
Steve.
Like the holders are fucking cool
Look it
too.
out.
Like they're really cool people.
I get it out
Every
before.
holder that I meet is always trying to like pitch
It's covered in
ideas and
sauce.
like grow the business and shit.
You want
Yeah,
to
it
get it
feels
in
like
like
it's just like
I know
a
that.
community of people that are trying to like build this and with us.
Is it a
Maybe
white
we
blood
can watch
carrot
your
sauce?
podcast live as you interview Elon Musk plays on
Oh, yeah,
camera.
sure.
Who knows? Maybe the producer douchebags will buy you a hooker.
We have offers from 2 companies that we actually, we love.
That's what I mean,
And
look
they're
at that sauce.
6-figure deals for YouTube advertisements. So basically, I'm going to give 100% of the advertisement money to a red card holder. So it's gonna be like 100,000. So I'm basically just gonna give $100,000 minimum.
That's fucking nice.
Now pay attention to when Steve specifically speaks about this red card, which was supposed to be minted randomly to lucky investors. claiming that it would give them some sort of god-tier status that would allow them to basically become best friends within their families.
I just want to say shout out to all our Medicard holders. We're about to do this for you boys right now. Everyone on the Discord watching, you love you boys.
Even acting as if red card
Yeah,
holders
that's about
would
the
now have
source.
some sort of say in the company, or like Steve said, maybe get hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The whole thing about the Metacard is it's such a long-term game. Like, you know, it's like, this is like the blue chip project. Like, it's not, you're not supposed to be like, it's not supposed to make you a bunch of money now. It's like a 5-year thing. So even for me to be able to give $100,000 to one of the red card meta holders that are holding right now, it feels special because like,
I think we're doing well. Just a nice KFC.
Now it's for the fucking future.
It's about to put
Like,
that
if
into
you hold
the
a red
freezer.
card, it's kind of like you're holding for the future.
And then
Like,
supplement it with
but that's the first for a red card
everything.
holder, right? Yeah, we haven't given the first big giveaway. We haven't even announced but
Hope everyone's doing well. So the milkshakes I got today was a strawberry cheesecake. Really nice, really creamy. Actually tasted the strawberry in it. I got a caramel one.
Only instead of a trip to the chocolate factory,
And then I got a chocolate one.
once the Metacards were minted,
Chocolate one tastes like Belgian dark chocolate. That's fucking amazing. So if you go in KFC, I'd advise that one. All the strawberry shortcake, all the caramel, in any order of those order. If you like either of those, get any of them. But I'd say the chocolate one, 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. Then the strawberry cheesecake one, easily a 10 out of 10. And then the caramel one, if you like caramel. Do you know what I'm going to do with those milkshakes? I'm going to put them in the freezer, put the top a little bit more milk in, mix them round and put them in the freezer and make them into like a McFlurry. You tell me that ain't going to be fucking nice later on. It's going to be amazing, man. Especially strawberry shortcake. After that comes out of the freezer, it's going to taste amazing. And that one, all of them will do. Do you know what I mean? And they'll last a lot longer if they're ice cream. It'll take me a lot longer to eat it rather than just shucking it with a straw. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I was drinking that drink, it'd be gone by now. Is that nice? But I know it'll be worth it when it turns into ice cream. Or McFlurry, should I say. Because they've all got lids on, so they're not going to go off. And they've got covers over them as well, so they're not going to get iceberg or any ice anywhere from the freezer because they cover them up with these plastic. Well, I just need to carefully take the lid off. Yeah, you got chicken, you grab it, he's gone.
That's like what happened. I feel like a lot of these NFTs are just like pretty much like.
You forget dogs don't know how to chew. They literally slurp their food and it's gone. They swallow their food whole if they can.
The millions which went to this minting wallet were pulled in large portions within weeks of their launch.
If you're scared of him biting, hold your hand flat. If you're scared of him doing that, hold your hand flat.
You sold out your project, hopefully, and now you have a bunch of Ethereum where you can start doing different things.
But-
You can skip out to the Bahamas if you want.
But yeah, the milkshakes are good, but I'm glad they've come back because before they sort of had crush'ems, didn't they?
Or you can now
Yeah, they had crush'ems at KFC before, so they must have reinvented themselves because now, or there's a new company because now they're called Quench.
there as well.
And obviously, with no gyms, casinos,
Yeah, Quench
restaurants, or really
by
no
KFC.
service,
So they must have rebranded the crush'ems idea
people were really
because they were like, people really like these milkshakes, but let's bring them back and bring some new flavors and put some new flavors on, more recent flavors on the market. But yeah, you got like hazelnut chocolate, caramel swirl, strawberry cheesecake, strawberry matcha. I think that's it. But yeah, they're all really nice. Chocolate one I rate out 11 out of 10. Easily, it's nicest. Then the matcha one's disappointing. It's very watery. It doesn't even taste like a milkshake. All the other ones remotely taste like a milkshake, where the matcha one is just watery. Like, it's okay, but it's nothing to cry home about. Like, I'd rate that maybe a 5 or a 6, something like that. Right, look how watery the matcha one is. Look how watery the matcha one is. Right? And then look how watery the chocolate one is. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot thicker. Just for example, to show you the difference between. how much watery the matcha really is. So if you like matcha, get it. But if you want a milkshake and you're expecting a milkshake with the matcha one and the strawberry, don't get it, because it says it's a milkshake, but it clearly ain't. All the other ones are. Like you can see, like I said, the thickness. Look. Nice. Do you know what I mean? Have a good like and subscribe to me, much appreciated. Just sat here eating my girlfriend.
Which, like I said earlier, is 10,000 people. Which, if my math is correct, that means they want their fucking money back. It is interesting to me to see how often they cite things that Kyle himself said during podcast and the one interview he did about the NFTs. They even showed this Discord message where Kyle said, "You guys bought this to make money, and don't worry, that is what we want as well. More communication coming as well." This presumably came after people were growing discontent with the things the Nook was failing to deliver over time. In March, Kyle would also take to Discord to promise a massive return on investment opportunity, as well as more messages reassuring that holders just needed to be patient. Keep in mind, this was only months after the Metacard launched, and by that time, the NFT had already lost 70% of its value. So essentially, all these holders were just sitting on their hands, waiting for the
Literally.
to throw them a bone.
Be careful, man. Me no need fuck. Me no need fuck. Me was born.
I know some people are in a panic because of the market, but Nook won't let down anyone. It's now in our DNA to let anyone down who believes, which might be one of the most ironic typos of all time. Our only goal is to see this floor price as high as possible. I can tell you that.
Like everything that we're gonna do, like
What was your
John said,
favourite
is
thing?
gonna tie back to the
And you got
Metacard,
to
so there's
lose.
always
Well,
gonna
you
be
got
some
one of those
sort
as
of
well.
like benefit for the holder.
And this is where things get really interesting because after years
I
of
got
delivering
get my
almost
burger.
nothing,
I
they
got
bring about this
this
pork jerky venture,
for tomorrow
which
for
is
lunch for us. We
obviously
can eat
based on
that.
the
And air
branding
fryer,
of
that's
the
the popcorn
idiotic
chicken.
recorded
And fries on its own.
NFTs.
No sauce, I don't think. I don't think there's any sauce in it.
So we got 4 more. This guy's an original one.
Have a look.
Sergeant Pepper. This pepper flavor.
You can
This
open
guy
it
with
without
bloodshot
destroying the
red eyes,
box.
spicy. These products, we're gonna do something with our NFT holders that can't really get into it yet because of details, but something where our
Look how
NFT
it's
holders
open.
would be a big part of this.
Claiming it would be launched in 2024 and that the Metacard holders would be involved as they would get some sort of equity in this venture.
If you can't work out how to open it, I'll try.
They had to fill out this form and relinquish their rights
No,
to sue now in the future over the Metacard.
Or jerky, bro.
Yeah. I'll record it.
Be fucking proud of your boys right now. Or what's up?
I actually went and found the announcement on Twitter where they claimed that they reserved 40% of their beef jerky company for their Metacard community.
Oh.
And that for those who didn't wish to participate, they would refund your Metacard purchase.
Yeah,
So
that's
on paper, this sounds pretty
Oh,
good,
that's pretty
but
cool.
then again, why should we trust them? Could it be that this is all a pivot to attempt to cover their ass on their failed promises? I'll get back to that in a second. And now as of 2026, the beef jerky store is completely offline. And it looks like it is now being rebranded from Bored Ape Jerky, likely because the NFT wave already died, to something called Ranger Cut Jerky, that will apparently come out in spring of this year. But yes, as for the class action lawsuits, it is very close to being decided in court whether every Metacard holder will be involved or not.
It is what it is. It honestly motivates me because we've never really had that type of hate. So now to have it, just like, it really fuels me even more because it's like, there's no way you can lose now. Like, you can't let them
That's
be
extra
right.
gravy.
And here's where we get to the second lawsuit, where Andros Hussery has sued Note for consumer fraud and false advertisement. Here they get more into the nitty-gritty of Note's promotion of the NFT, specifically citing podcast quotes and live streams in which the NFT was heavily discussed. In the podcast episode, defendants stated, the Metacard is all about utilities and not hearts. An Instagram post stated, first off, if you were looking for a quick flip to make some quick money, go buy another animal that looks
bet they
like
got
it's
someone
on
to
the
redesign the
NFT.
packaging.
This project is
Because
a
people kept on
long-term
dropping their
play.
bags and drinking and just spilling their drink in the car park. Lots of people have done it. Guarantee you, lots of people have done it. No, they've actually got. Whereas McDonald's ones, they just give you 4 cardboard plates. So you put your drinks in. You go, oh, there's another gravy here.
Turns out that was a lie. And like with the other lawsuit, they bring up these in-world
Maybe that
perks
handle
and
still
even
plays in the
reverse
gravy there.
perks that never came to fruition. They also include this screenshot of the launch
just be mindful
page
it's
from the
dead.
mint day of the Metacard,
And then
which
that
also
can be
represents
taken
the
out.
failure to make
That's
good on
my
their
rice.
promises. And they even argue that milk all along
That's
knew
the
that
end
this
of
would
the
actually
super.
happen. And they also say that they knew their
I'll
own
take
fans
this
who
out,
believed
take
their
it out,
lies would be
take
the
it
ones
out,
to
just
suffer.
take the free
Now,
so
where
I put
things get
milk
even
in
more
there.
interesting to me is when they
That's
bring
all milk,
back
so they'll stir them around,
and the
stir them around
potential to
first.
turn your Medicard
To add all the
investment
chocolate.
into the phantom shares and board.
No, and I'd add everything in first, then I'll give it a stir around, then I'll put it in the freezer.
Discord message that kind of laid out the rules and
Because they're going to take
regulations.
packs, they're making which one do you, what one do you think is going to taste the best?
On these phantom
Sometimes done.
shares. Meaning if
The
this
chocolate
company
one,
is not sold to a major
the
corporation, or does not
caramel
go
one
public by
with the
that
bits of
time,
Biscoff,
the
extra
phantom
bits of
shareholders
Biscoff,
could in theory walk
or
away with
the
nothing.
strawberry cheesecake with the
Hold these
Biscoff in
shares
it,
for the full
with
10 years, and even
all
if
the
during
caramel,
that
the
time
caramel,
company is
salted caramel
successful
sauce.
beyond their wildest
That's why I said the other day,
imagination,
buy
if
the
they're
strawberry
not
sauce
bought
and you
out,
didn't
they
buy
have
the
an
salt
IPO.
caramel.
You
You
get
could have had
shit.
the extra strawberry in it.
Right,
Amazing.
You'd only get a maximum of the mint price
All
of
the chocolate.
$2,300, leaving the aftermarket investor screwed. And you could also only receive it if you had a US
So
bank
same
account,
like any
which
digestive.
isn't like
As you
half
put
the
strawberry
fan
sauce in that
base
one,
in
salted caramel sauce in that one.
Sorry.
Oh, my tendency, God,
jerky. You also had to work with 3 people to buy it. So now not only did they full send you from behind for thousands of dollars,
yeah, the strawberry sauce in that one, salted caramel sauce in that one, and then chocolate sauce in that one. That's an extra.
you completely relinquish your rights to Sunak in the future. And the lawsuit even
Free
claims
straws,
that
so
people
not that
who
we'll
did
need
try
the
to
straw because it'll
participate
be
in
too
the
hard to drink by
never
the
got
time
their
it's
payments. And
ice
they
cream.
also say they were not given proper notice.
It'll
of
be
the
too hard to
refund
drink by the time it's
program
ice
in
cream.
the
It's not about the
first
free
place.
straws.
And they call the program in general another attempt by defendants to
Oh.
fleece Medicare purchasers and
Put little
cheat
bits in
Medicare
there, nice.
purchasers money without
That's
providing
why the
the
straw's so
means
big, so you can suck up the
so
bits
to me,
into
this
it.
was basically all so they could tell a judge, see,
So,
we
yeah,
tried to
well,
all
yeah, it's got bits in
something,
it.
we're not bad guys after all. Please
It's
don't
sucking up
make
the bits
us
through the
pay
straw,
taxes
hence why it's so wide, so you can actually suck those bits out of that and stuck in the straw, because the straw wasn't wide enough before, hence why people were using the normal straw and getting pieces stuck in there every single time. So they're like, oh, I know we can solve this, let's just widen the straw by 4 millimeters. Sorted. Problem solved.
Percentage, isn't it? You can't, just.
But yeah, they are good though. But yeah, I wouldn't buy the match one. I'm gonna do this to mix that strawberry down. You see it's got a mixed down.
The mint money, the treasury funds, the residuals earned, the damages sustained over the 4-year period, and even the legal
Yeah, that's all mixed in.
So yes, this could end up being yet another landmark case in not only YouTube history, but also in the realm of digital assets as well. But it could also be yet another win for the douche.
So nice that it just tastes like
I mean,
strawberry.
how they still have this audience.
It just tastes like this
for
one,
such
but
a
without the
stunts, when a
vanilla.
project like
Ice
CryptoZoo
cream.
has been scrutinized to no end is really insane. But that's why I
That
want to
one,
see
the strawberry
this story
shortcake,
become
tastes
more
just like a
public
strawberry
thing,
shortcake,
because
but
I
without
personally
shortcake
hate when
pieces
people
or
fuck
the
with
vanilla
very
ice cream.
individuals who made them rich and famous in the
It
first
tastes like
place.
that one,
And
if
really only my
that
guy
one didn't have
Spencer
any of
and
those
his
other bits in it.
golf cart and made content
It doesn't taste like
scandal at this point.
matcha at all.
And once I looked deeper
That's what I mean, I wouldn't buy it again, because I was expecting it to taste like matcha. But no, it just tastes the strawberry in it. But yeah, by far, I think the chocolate one's by far the best, then the strawberry cheesecake, then the caramel. But I don't know what, my mind may change when they turn into ice cream. Once I've mixed them all together and added the extra milk and put them in the freezer, because it's amazing.
Me promoting it and tying my name to it and saying a bunch of like that didn't happen. And that's just it. It was just like this is cool.
What happened with all of it? I think they made like $25 million over all the money.
The whole idea I thought was, open up gyms and this, that, and the fourth. So I don't know. So that shit that bothers me because I would never say that to my people. I'm not like.
Or a shame we ain't got a ninja slush
And then say
machine.
to the
The new ninja slush machine does ice cream setting,
Let's do
where it
something
does
cool
slush
instead
setting
of
for perfect
having me
consistency for ice cream. So you could buy 4 noodles, pour it in your ninja machine, perfect consistency ice cream of that. So you pour it into there like that, the milk and everything, and then make it to perfect slush for you. You don't have to put it in the freezer, do it in. If it's already been turned on and it's already activated, it does it within half hour. So it'd be really cool to pour that out of the machine, out comes like pure caramel, slush, biscuit mix, perfect consistency. And it tastes like tiny little bits of everything, that'd be amazing. But I'm guessing it's just going to taste like the bits haven't melted yet on top because I haven't mixed them in. I don't want to melt yet. I don't want to mix them in when I put the extra milk in. And I'm just thinking, yes, I know what work as well. With this one, the chocolate, add it, make it a little more chocolatey, and a few Cocoa Pops. Not a lot, because it'll overpower, but just a few to mix in with the, because they're going to turn into ice cream. So then you have like, dig in and you have a Cocoa Pop with the fucking, do you know what I mean? But it's going to taste extra chocolatey because it's already chocolatey. And what does the Cocoa Pop milk taste like? Fucking milk chocolate. So like, it's going to taste amazing. Like, I'm not going to chuck a few lot in. Same as this with these one, the caramel one. I'm going to chuck a few of those pop bits in, and a crushed Biscoff biscuit. And the same with this one. Put a few of those biscuit and a few Biscoff. Not too many because I don't want to overpower the strawberry in that one. So I put more Biscoff in that one, less Biscoff in that one, more caramel sauce in that one, no caramel sauce in that one, and then like I said, a few add milk and milk. Then I got the Oreos because that looks like Oreo on top, so I crushed some Oreos on top, make it even more chocolatey.
This money is our money, and my
Which
money
one's your
is
favourite? The
my
chocolate
money.
one,
That is actually my number
the caramel one, or the
They
strawberry
must be
cheesecake,
generous
or the
with their
matcha?
finances from day one.
The fact that she did not want
One,
to
two,
cook or
three, or
clean or
four.
really do anything besides lay around the house.
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Justine. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
And of course, her consumer addiction.
And it's just like the
Strawberry.
best fucking part is like living with your best
Depends what you
friend.
want, just so you can see what you
Who
want.
buys you designer shit?
But quickly, the content devolved into her straight up disrespecting her husband, Akash, telling stories from her past and going out of her way to pretty much make him look like a simp/cuck when speaking about her friend's
Or what,
husband.
later?
Would y'all ever have
It might be in the bedroom. I'm not sure about it.
actively trying to have it work because this couple is so fucking good looking and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy, his face part always slays, never time. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like
He's talking about her best friend's husband. She's clearly like, she's like, I know his dick's clearly like this big, like nothing but bigging him up, something like literally kicking his ass. So he's clearly shagged already. She's like, oh, he's got a slave face, blah 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 blah.
You see her, then it's hard to
You don't know that, though, do you?
I remember I was just like, what?
Sometimes with reverse psychology, she could be wearing that to
Such a
check out.
stark contrast right in their face.
I was popping my pussy in these white boy frat houses.
People simply had to talk about it, and I felt like it was like
Oh,
the
I just
big
realised as
conversation
well.
on the internet for around a
I've
month.
actually
So
got
this all
strawberries
resulted
in
in
the
this endless
fridge, so I cut
commentary
up a few
online,
pieces of
issue
strawberry.
dodging his
Put it in
cases, why was
it's
this
amazing.
proposal
There's
so
only got strawberry
awkward?
bits in it.
People
Not
pretty
too many
much felt like this
strawberries,
woman
but just
had
like maybe
no
4.
respect for her husband.
Chop them
Well,
up
I
with nice
raised
little
those
bits.
questions like,
Chuck
how
them,
could
chuck that in
Akash
there.
just sit back and
Make
let
it even
his
more
wife
proper
try and be a
strawberry.
public figure in
So
this
yeah,
way?
like proper
And not
proper
at least tell
strawberry,
her like, yo, you
big
better
pieces of
cool your
strawberry
jets.
bits.
When I got to college, I was like,
Trust me, I'll elevate all of these milkshakes. So by the time they come out the freezer, they'll be like Michelin star. You'd be like, mate, they need to put all of these 3 on the menu, but like that as well. And then people will probably buy those as well as like a Sunday ice cream Sunday option. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. Like if it tastes good as a milkshake, imagine what, like I said, imagine what it's going to taste like as an ice cream. Amazing.
Even just on that show, based on his appearance, you could tell that Akash himself had been going through absolute hell getting slandered online like this. Like when Adam 22 was the only one backing someone up in a situation like he did Jasleen, you know something is deeply wrong.
The reason they're saying that is based off of her words.
Yeah. Which
Oh yeah, so as I was saying,
hear her words, what you have to understand
As I was saying,
is that she's
in this one, a few Cocoa
exaggerating
Pops.
everything so much because she has
in the
so
caramel
little
sauce, some
life
sort of caramel
experience.
sauce,
And since
with
this
some
all
popped
went
wheat.
down, Akash has really not been featured
And
on
that-
the
and
Flick
some
Up
Biscoff.
podcast.
And then this
He
one's a
has
carrot
actually
popped
been on
wheat
the stand-up tour.
and
But
some
as for his
Biscoff,
wife, she has
and that's
still
it.
been
Oh, that's a
posting
cut up
nonstop
strawberry.
on
So
TikTok
yeah, we've got something
and
new.
has essentially doubled
So they're all
down
gonna
on
have something
everything that she
added,
was
so
being
they're gonna taste
criticized
amazing.
for, whether it be the shopping
We're gonna
addiction,
elevate all of them,
trying
so
to
they're gonna
act
taste
like she was
amazing. So
totally
that one's gonna have
unfazed
proper
about
more
everything
caramelly
going on
like taste to
online.
it. That one's gonna taste more chocolatey because of the Cocoa Pops, and that one's gonna taste more strawberry because of the activated strawberry. And then if you want to add ice cream to it, you can. It's not enough.
No, you guys are buying meanies. And as for her podcast, it has completely come to a stop. This is something that Andrew Schultz himself said he was going to personally make happen a couple of months ago.
Delete the podcast. Delete all. No more influence. No. Oh, we're working on no influence. I don't want no you don't let your wife be influencers. Don't let your wife be podcasters.
Miss Blue, yeah.
And he and Charlemagne also made several other thinking out loud comments about Akash here as well.
What happened, man?
Stars that
God's wife made you want to be married. What happened?
I'm never gonna tell the world. I ain't gonna do that shit. That shit's great.
What happened? I didn't realize we had Can I
Basically, I bought some ice creams from KFC, but I'm going to elevate ice cream milkshakes. But I'm going to elevate them into ice cream. I bought a salted caramel one, a strawberry shortcake one, and a chocolate brownie one. I think. And yeah, the chocolate brownie one's like 11 out of 10. Banging. But I'm going to make them into ice cream in a minute. I put them in the freezer. Put an extra caramel sauce in the caramel shake one, extra cut up strawberries in the strawberry shortcake one, and a few Cocoa Pops in the actual chocolate brownie one. So put them in the freezer, mix all that together, you know it's going to taste fucking insane.
So yes, clearly here Andrew was kind of letting his true feelings be known. He wasn't coddling him
Yeah,
like he was on the couch of that episode. You know, it's almost like when you
Might as well use this one.
and you know
So you
he's
can
fucking up, but you want to be like kind of
I'll
like
use
to
the
his
empty
face.
one, put these
And
in,
then
and
you see
take
his
these out.
mutual friend and you're like, yo,
Bring
what's
take these out
going on?
anyway.
What the fuck is he doing? And like I said, she had not done her podcast since the controversy kind of unfolded and they made that public appearance. But now she is actually back on this other guy's show. And when I tell you guys that this confirms that she learned absolutely nothing and is likely incapable of hearing any sort of constructive criticism, that might be a serious understatement.
I just feel like when I first got into this, I was like, I just want to be myself 110%. And the audience isn't stupid. And my friend told me this. She said, you can feel someone's energy through their content, if they're genuine or not. So I just always, first and foremost, was like, I just want to be genuine in myself. It just felt most authentic to who I was. I like woke up in the morning and my asshole was a little sore. Like in hindsight, I also feel like sometimes if people want to take you in a negative way, like they would, you know?
I absolutely agree because I think like that is like one of the reasons that I was like, oh, look,
Yeah,
right? Because
Now, the host of this podcast is virtually useless.
sauce.
He is essentially just there to say, yeah, you're a
What's
totally
that?
right.
0 hours on it.
Anyone
You're doing
who
overtime.
doesn't
Didn't
say
have
it's
much
just a
fucking
jealous
hour.
hater of the lifestyle you get to live thanks to Akash's money.
when I see
Yeah, I didn't go to Mackey's though. Went to KFC.
I don't fit in this space, and I'm sure you also feel that way. Is because I do feel like it's like overly curated, right? I see those people, and I'm like, I've been around these people long enough to now understand, like, yo, out of all the ways that you present yourself on the internet, you are not that.
And the reason they do not fit in on the internet is because neither of them have like a real presence in the space. In fact, I'm convinced that the only reason she gave this dude an interview in the first place is because back a couple of months ago when the whole thing was unraveling, he was just about the only man defending her in that situation.
I've heard people say much worse things about Jasleen on the internet than what she said about this other creator. Y'all would rather people just appear to be good than people actually be honest and authentic about their feelings, right? Because for everybody who's like, oh, like she's a mean girl and she's saying mean things about other creators, in your response to her, you guys are being the exact same thing that you're accusing her of doing. I actually love her response to this podcast. Honestly, yo, Jasleen, if y'all listening, keep that shit up. Be more honest.
And not only that, but he directly defended her against Myron from the Frogger and Fit podcast as well.
Myron from Fresh and Fit is beefing with Akash Singh and Jasleen Singh. I guess their beef stemmed from when Myron did Flagrant. So Myron just kind of says like, yo, your wife, I guess he felt a way that when I went up on your platform, you guys had this energy for me, and now I got something that I could pull on you. And that to me was like the first bit of like, this was kind of corny. You didn't have that energy towards Akash when you were on their platform. Like you kind of just sat there and took it. When you saw an opportunity through the man's wife, that's when you decided, yo, this is what I'm gonna hit him over the head with this. Akash and Jasleen are gonna profit from this, by the way. Like y'all think that, oh, like Akash really bad, right? Like that's his wife. You think that there's anything in the world that y'all know about his wife that he don't know about his wife? That don't change your life. That's still living in your mom's bedroom, talking about all his life over. Meanwhile, him and Jasleen sitting around, grabbing a check, opening up her like fifth Birkin.
God damn, brother, come up for air sometime. Like, give Jasleen some room on that dick, my guy. I mean, this is a level of glazing that I do not think I have witnessed for quite some time. And honestly, the guy keeps talking as if he has too much damn saliva in his mouth. But hey, I guess that's the side effect from sucking someone this hard.
I guess now let's get into rubbing people the wrong way.
Yeah.
Here in the podcast, he actually asked her about her feelings about Myron.
Obviously, Myron does what he does,
Mm-hmm.
and then the incels do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel? Like,
I remember because you asked me this question, like, what is it like to look at like think pieces and people analyzing your marriage and your personality? It feels weird and it feels surreal because you're like, but you don't know me. You don't know anything about me. You've never talked to me. Like, you're taking the intention of this video in the complete wrong way. I was popping my pussy. The misogyny was like really crazy. It was bizarre to me because I'm like, my husband can go on stage and literally has a joke in his special about like getting a hooker isn't like cheating, it's just outsourcing, which I really don't care. Like, I think it's a funny joke, but it's like if I say something that's equally, you know, raunchy, like then I'm a whore or all these things. I don't give a fuck if I was a virgin or I wasn't, or if my body count was 100. I don't even want to say his fucking name, but this fucking loser whose name you said, like, he was on the Flagrant podcast like 5 fucking years ago, and my husband just humbled the shit out of him and basically embarrassed him because he was like, I think what you do is corny.
So yeah, she blames the entire thing on misogyny, which I personally found hilarious. Like, on my channel, I have historically spoken out about the Repco community and a lot of their ideology, and y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of Myron, like, full stop. But damn it, he was not wrong in his dissection of this entire situation. I mean, honestly, this whole thing got me feeling like when Spider-Man had to break out the black suit, got me acting out of character. Because people of all genders, races, ages, whatever different demographic you can think, could see that she was being disrespectful of Akash and damaging his public reputation, like it wasn't rocket science. But instead, she is so in denial that she actually blames this entire phenomena on bots.
So when all of this first started, it was like very clear to see that there was like a lot of bot farming as well. And I could tell there were bots because like the 1,500 followers I gained on Instagram, I immediately lost like within the span of 2 months. So it was like up and then down, which is funny because they say very racist things against Indians and South Asians, but like that's where you get your bots.
Yes, so once again, she really just attempts to save face by making any excuse that she can.
It's kind of a part of, unfortunately, like the fame kind of thing. And I don't feel like I've reached a certain like thing at all, but I think when people start to know about you, it's like kind of the downside of it. Like, is that the reason you want to go viral, is like the video hating on me? Okay, if that's fine, but like that's not the reason like I would want to go viral. I went viral being myself. You dumb fucking bitch. Like,
Oh my god, does she not realize that she is not famous? She is infamous. Like, she is only known because she was posting embarrassing shit online. Like, if I go out and piss my pants in the street and garner a bunch of attention, it's not like that makes me a handsome, popular, appealing guy. But of course, the yes man is still not coming up for air as he encourages her delusions.
it's narrative building is a true art,
yeah,
and it's also a science,
Yeah.
right? If I can convince you, the person I'm building the narrative about, that the narrative is true,
Mhm.
then I've won the battle.
yeah.
Ask yourself, does everyone think this, or is it that when you go to a comment section, you think that that's what everyone thinks?
Yeah.
And this is where this guy really starts popping off his shit against Myron.
Akash checked you publicly to your face as a man on a podcast.
Mhm.
You spun the block 5 years later and went through his wife to get to him.
Mhm.
If you really felt strongly in that moment when he said it to your face, you should have said something.
Mhm.
But instead, you waited and went through his girl to do it.
Mhm.
And I don't know where most people are from. Where I'm from, no matter if I have real issues with somebody, we would call that person pussy.
He is a pussy.
And the thing is, it's not like Myron was just out of nowhere with all this. Like, the two sides antagonized each other publicly back and forth for years. And when it turned out that Akash was throwing stones from a glass house, well, Myron took advantage of it and shot at his character through something very personal to him that had now become very public for really no reason. Now, as for the host over here, this is when his glaze level really hits like an all-time high. Like, I'm talking about this dude is choking on it so hard that I do not know how he is not suffocated.
Why do you think that they don't like you? Like, all the brown girls, I have a theory, right? But
What's your, I mean, I don't, what's your theory?
I think a lot of it speaks to jealousy. I think, listen, it's not a secret.
Mhm.
You on TikTok popping bags.
Mhm.
You're married to Akash, right? Like, I think a lot of them want to be in your spot. I think most hate stems from jealousy. Most people's hate has nothing to do with the person. It really results in, I want what you have.
Yeah.
Or I can't get what you want. It's like people who shit on me having a pod. It's like, like, ain't nothing stopping you from getting some cameras and like doing a pod.
Exactly.
Again, it's not, if that, it was that easy, you would do it, right? But you're not gonna do it like me,
Yeah.
right? And not bother you.
Like, my guy, I'm sorry, but no one cares about your podcast. And honestly, I think this dude just wants to be Jasleen. Like, she better watch her back as he takes a trip around the room in her high heels, maybe her panties.
Look at the things I've actually have to go through with my partner to be in the spot to pop Birkins on you.
Yeah.
I don't always come back to the pop Birkins. Because I'll be sitting around thinking like, if I was just leaving, I would be doing it worse. Like, that's like, God knew to make me have to struggle for my shit, because God knew if he gave me all that shit at 25, 26, I'd be like, I would go on TikTok every day, just grab a rack and just count it, I'd be like, oh, y'all mad, yo.
Hey, yo, damn, I'm catching residual saliva over here from my computer monitor. I mean, it's pretty sad. This guy is out here flexing another guy's money. He's flexing another woman's shopping sprees. Like, really, this entire thing is insane. And these two people are so infatuated with material possession that it just makes me sick.
I think men need to feel like they can provide and they can achieve, their dream to be in a functioning relationship. I feel like if that's not working, then the relationship part can't work, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So I was just praying to God, like, super hard every single day. I would get on the train and I would see these girls in like Burberry trench coats, big diamond ring, Louboutins, like, and I was just like, please God, like, I just want to be, like, that symbolized success to me. But I wanted to have success because I also wanted our relationship to work, because I wanted him to feel like he was the man and he could provide. And so,
What a crazy way to announce to the world that you were praying for his success, so that you could get these things that in reality are mostly worthless. I don't know, maybe I just don't care about purchasing things so I can, like, raise my status level or change the way that people see me. And in this last bit here, she speaks on the fact that she had to end her podcast after a fallout with the co-host.
What's going on with the podcast?
it makes me sad because with Nahal, we became friends so quickly. I don't want to say anything shitty about her, and I won't.
You guys didn't have a relationship prior to all of this?
No.
Okay.
So we just became friends, like, pretty quickly, and then she wanted to do the podcast, and I was a little bit unsure, but then I talked to my husband about it. He was like, why not? You always wanted to try it. I think what happened was that we went through controversy so quickly into it that it kind of like put a strain on the friendship, because I remember her saying going Paris, she was like, my biggest fear is getting canceled. I mean, I haven't shared this with anyone, but I said, like, I really wish that you had been there more for me during, especially like everything that happened in December.
So Akash is probably doing a happy dance somewhere in the green room of a comedy club, but while she was praying for Birkins, he was praying for the end of that godforsaken show. It is interesting, though, to watch as she speaks out against the fans of the Flagrant podcast, when they are low-key the reason that they're rich. Blaming them all for being racist, and like it was the reason that Akash was getting dismantled day in and day out by the Flagrant comment section.
I know the periphery of Akash's fan base, which is, I will say, more of the podcast fan base. And I know a lot of people during like our controversy were saying like, oh, it's because of his fans, it's because of his fans. Like, his comedy fans are not like that. It's more the podcast fan base that I don't think really resonate with him, because a lot of them are like really racist and right wing. I think like those of them are more like that. But yeah, anyways, I said like those peripheral fans, like, they might come at us just because we're brown girls being opinionated and they don't like opinionated women.
And at the end here, she just speaks on her overall goals for her life.
Want my content to reach the masses and just be a household name in that space, and kind of be like the luxury brown comedy wag girl, and then eventually, like, hopefully maybe have like a skincare or clothing line or something like that.
I see it for you. I see it for you. I really think that you had to go through all of this to graduate from that, right?
Well, that was an hour of my life that likely shrunk my brain. You all are welcome that I endured that for your sake. And if you were wondering about Akash, the guy will never learn this lesson either.
Well. So to all the people that didn't believe in me and didn't think I could provide anything, I just had my third call with an agency today. They were so excited. I think it's safe to say your girl is going to start making money soon. The tables have turned, so what are you going to do for me now that I'm making money?
I don't cook, I don't clean.
I feel like the dynamic changed now.
Yeah, I'm the princess now. Well, and men wear purses, so I want all the bags. I'm gonna be out here popping his butthole for the black friends.
I don't claim, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
So essentially what we learned here today is that you don't need to take accountability. When you mess up on a public stage like this, all you really have to do is blame racism, blame misogyny. Hell, you can even blame the Indian bots. Overall, I guess we can finally put the pin back in the grenade, despite the fact that it has already exploded. I don't know, this whole thing was just so insane to me because of how easily it all could have been avoided. But either way, I want to know what you guys think about this update down below. And do you think that the flagrant comment section will ever let their foot off of Akash's neck? Because as of right now, they are still going very strong. Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy the Tan Superman, and some other disrespected comedians out here need to be covered. So I'm out. Peace.
Jada Pinkett Smith was fucking hilarious.
They said her podcast is called Red Dot Table Talk.
So it has been over a month since Akash Singh's wife, Jasleen, went on to this man's podcast and once again embarrassed herself.
The misogyny was like really crazy. I don't give a if I was a virgin or I wasn't, or if my body count was 100.
Now on that show, the host somehow managed to be the most unlikable person in the room, as he glazed these two harder than some Krispy Kreme donuts.
It's not a secret. You on TikTok popping bags? You married to Akash, right? Like, I think a lot of them want to be in your spot. I think most hate stems from jealousy. I would go on TikTok every day and just grab a rack and just count it in front of me like, oh, yeah, man, yo.
Overall, it was an absolutely unbearable watch. And now recently, Akash has come forward to give his side of the story and expose his true feelings about becoming the punching bag of the internet due to his wife's choices. As he would go on to the Hot 97 radio station of all places to vent his frustrations and throw a couple of shots at his so-called friends, while also getting gaslit into the shadow realm.
This school's now a shadow game.
Because if his wife did not blow enough smoke up his gutter, the host of this show sure does. And it happens from the very start of the interview, as she not only expresses love for his wife, but encourages her platforming and the absurd behavior that came with that.
You know, it's crazy. My wife, when I was going broke, she was making a vision board, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't know why. I thought it was too good to do that. Like,
Now, were you guys married at this time? or
No,
just
we're dating.
Okay, this is dating. You broke on her couch.
Yeah,
living
yeah.
off of her.
For a little while, at this point, we're in a shared one bedroom. She and I have the living room. We put up a wall, and then there's a guy who has the bedroom. Shouts to my old roommate, Case. He's
This
the
is
best.
so great.
But it's just me and her and our puppy in the living room with the French doors. So that's our bedroom. And I couldn't even afford that. So
she's looking out for you. She's believing in you and your dreams.
yeah, I mean, she's stressed, but like, she's like, I'm not leaving. Basically, she's like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know I want to be with you. I want to marry you. You're my guy. You're my man.
So right off the bat, it was abundantly clear to me that her whole angle was going to be to make his wife look as good as possible, while also reinforcing this idea that he would be nothing without her.
But then I remember she made a vision board for me, and she put Joe Rogan on there. She put Radio City on there. She put one other thing that didn't happen, but I don't care. I think it was the Comedy Cellar. You know, who cares?
You know you need to thank her, right?
All the time. I buy her nonstop.
I know. I see her. I love her, by the way.
She loves you.
I love her. I think she is so kind and genuine, and I love that she talks whatever she wants to talk about. She pops that at whoever.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
popping my pussy in these white boy frat houses.
There's something special about that. You're really lucky.
I agree.
You're
So
really
I nearly made these milkshakes. I'm just waiting for the ice cream to melt a little
Like,
bit.
it was good for me to go through that and be like, oh.
And basically, I bought drinks from
It's funny how the first thing on a
KFC that elevated them by chucking in the chocolate one extra some Cocoa Pops to make it more chocolatey, in the caramel ones some caramel sauce, and some popped wheat bits.
Kicking his ass. And on some level, I do feel bad for Neon's father, because not only does he have his friends laughing in
honey
his
nut
face
shredded
and
wheat crushed up
his
as well.
wife at this point,
What happened, man?
And then in
I'm never gonna tell the world. I ain't
in the
that shit's great.
What happened? I didn't realize we had
strawberry shortcake piece when I added bits of strawberries. Bits of strawberries,
like if anything, she has doubled down on
actual
any
bits of
criticism
strawberries.
she has received about the
And I added
shopping
Biscoff
sprees,
biscuits to
and
the
obviously
caramel
being
one
boastful
as
about
well,
her
so it's going to
very
taste amazing. I'm going to put them all in the freezer as well, so they're going to taste actually fucking amazing.
He knows what my name means because he asked Claude and it says
Like literally, it's going to taste fucking hang when they turn into ice cream.
my mom told me it means focuses on
Talk about McFlurry, but like on another level. Basically, I bought the milkshakes in KFC, and then I bought extra ingredients to elevate them, mix it all together, right? Yeah, I don't have a Ninja slushy maker, so I chuck it in there, but to combine it all together. But I've got just freezer, just put it in the freezer for maybe 2-3 hours, and then you got yourself a milkshake sized fucking ice cream, like this size. So it'd be quite. There's bits in that as well. I got the matcha one, but don't get the matcha one because it's in the milkshake section, but it doesn't taste like milkshake. All the other ones, banging. I'd say like 9 out of 10. The chocolate one, maybe 10, 11 out of 10. Banging. The caramel one, banging. But the matcha one and strawberry, very disappointed. Nothing like the picture. It normally never does anyway. But normally it showed loads of strawberry on it, and then when it finally came, it had like this much strawberry in it. Like I'm telling you, like I was like, what's the fucking point? You might as well call it matcha drink with a hint of strawberry. It said strawberry and matcha. Go and lie down, Teddy.
And there's always going to be people who take these situations and hyperbolize them to no end. And I do think at the same time that many people were just calling out the sheer irony of the entire situation. Because Akash had always painted this picture
I just wait for this ice cream to melt quickly. It shouldn't take long to melt. And then I'm going to add it to the freezer.
The best fucking part is like living with your best friend.
But yeah, it's going to taste really good. I'll show you them in a minute. I'll take you to the fridge. I'll take you to the kitchen so I can show you what I'm doing. So you can see the concoction I've came up with. But I know it's going to taste fucking amazing when it comes out of the freezer. Because you freeze it and it tastes just like a McFlurry. But you need to take it out after a couple of hours though.
Just laugh through the pain, my Indian friends. I mean, at this point, where can you even go with this? Like on one hand, he can continue to be
Hope everyone's doing well though.
position for the rest of his life, spending countless money on Birkin bags and other nonsense. And on the other hand, he would have to actually admit.
But yeah, I'll show you my concoctions in a minute. One was a chocolate one was a strawberry cheesecake, shortcake, whatever it is, with shortcake bits on top, and the other one was caramel. And I've added Biscoff, 4 Biscoff biscuits to it, which is going to taste amazing. Extra caramel sauce and some of this Jordan's popped wheat cereal. Mixed all of that around, tastes amazing, and then added another scoop of ice cream on top. And they're going to put that in the freezer. That's going to taste fucking amazing.
I guess million years at this point. That's why I think I'm so surprised because you've always been so nurturing to Colin and I. Every time that we have seen you, you've done nothing but show us support. So it's always conflicting for me. When I see your name in the news or something, I'm like, I'm not just a nice guy. What's going on?
Now, here's where the gaslighting from this host actually starts to make more sense. Her name is Nessa, and she is married to former Wisconsin actor Kaepernick. And she, much like Jared Green, overreacted to his fear of
They're going to add ice cream too. I'll put it in the freezer. Really? Put it against the glass. I'll show you that. I've added like bits of cereal to it. This one is the caramel, and I've added some Jordan popped wheat, some salted caramel, and some what's it called? Honey nut crunchy wheat, honey nut crunchy nut with it. And then this one, bits of strawberry, then bits of Biscoff. There's bits of Biscoff in this one as well. And then you've also got Jordan's pot wheat in that one, and then you've got some Cocoa Pops in this one to make it more cocoa-y. And then I'm going to add ice cream, and then put them in the freezer. It's going to taste amazing. And that's what you do when you get like shakes from like KFC or whatever. It elevates it so much, it makes it into like a fucking next level McFlurry. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing now. And I'm about to add ice cream to them. Maybe a bit more milk. The other one. But yeah, they're gonna be just nice. Either way, I'd add some ice cream to them. I've got to sort of like put this ice cream in and let it melt. Put it in like bits at a time. Push it in with the milk so it melts underneath. And then I'll mix it around at the end. And it'll melt perfect consistency with all the other stuff. And then I can just put the lids on and put them in the freezer like that. Have enough for breakfast? I don't know. Could do. They could eat for breakfast by then. I'm just putting the ice cream in them now. But yeah, I'm just putting in the ice cream now before I put them in the freezer. But they're going to taste incredible. I'm putting the ice cream in now, as you can see. Just hacking away at the ice cream and then just putting it in like this. And then just mixing it in like this, look. And like when I put that in the freezer, the consistency of this is going to be all over from top to bottom, as in like the cereal and stuff in it. So like it's going to taste fucking incredible. It's going to taste like a, you know, like a Ben and Jerry's when they put stuff inside it. It's going to be like a next level Ben and Jerry's. It's going to be my own creation. Your own creations are always the best, isn't it? And like it's going to be a next level like McFlurry basically. It's going to be like the best McFlurry you've ever tasted, considering the McFlurry machines. And half of the time are always fucking down. But they taste incredible. Not gonna lie. They taste actually amazing. But it's taken me a while to fill them up with ice cream, but I'm filling them all the way to the brim because the lid on them goes quite high. So the idea is obviously it's going to freeze anyway, innit? And if I put the lid on, like I can put them a little bit higher than what they should go. But by the time I freeze them, actually saying that, I shouldn't put them higher than what the lid can go, because when I pour them out, you're going to have to eat it pretty quick otherwise. Because else it will melt of the mold position that it's in. I could have used a blender, yeah. I do have a blender, but mixing it by hand, it don't take long. It's ice cream, innit? Think about it. It doesn't take long to mash up ice cream because it's already like frozen milk. It don't take long. I can literally see it melting in front of me. Like the room in my living room is like 20 odd degrees. So like it's not going to take long. Saying that to make these into milkshake. I can give it a couple of hours. Yeah, give it a couple of hours at least. But when I'm on about the ice cream right now, I'm putting it in there. Obviously just me just stirring it around. There's enough friction for it to cause it to have a nice consistency anyway. Without even needing the use of a blender. Yeah, as I'm putting it in there, the milk that was in there was warmer anyway, so I can literally see it like disappearing before my very eyes. Becoming as one, should I say. It's all amalgamating together. But now they look a lot better now, look. See what I'm saying? And these are going to go in the freezer as well. I haven't finished yet, I've still got quite a bit of ice cream to put in. All three of them. But I'm just doing it like scoop by scoop so I can sort of judge. Because obviously I don't want to overflow the thing. But I know these are going to taste actually fucking incredible. Like tomorrow. Or later on when they're done. Like I say, you don't need a blender, or you can just use a fork or a spoon and just do it with your hand really. Do it with the fork really fast anyway. And the friction melts the ice cream into the already milkshake that's there anyway. Like, I could use a blender, but my fuse is blown on it, so it doesn't work. Me on the hips, the red on the lips. You say that, doesn't you? But no, they're all incredible. Fuck's sake. Yeah, bit by bit. Because of course I want this mostly to be ice cream, but like obviously with a milkshake, majority of it is ice cream anyway. Well, when you get like a McDonald's ice cream, it's more like ice cream then, isn't it? That's what I meant. That'd be a nice consistency to have these up. But no, they all taste, like I said, they all taste incredible. I've all elevated them from like my original scores. On the strawberry one was maybe, what was it, 9 out of 10? Can't really go wrong. Strawberry shortcake. The matcha one was hella watery when it was advertised as a milkshake, and all the other, and the caramel one was brilliant as well. Shame it didn't have more like bits in the top of it, which was lacking. Other than that, that was really tasty. I had the strawberry shortcake one as well. That was quite like actual milkshake consistency, like thick. Do you know what I mean? Same as the chocolate one I bought. Thick milkshake consistency, and then the matcha one, the strawberry one came. Obviously, nothing like the picture. It never is. But it said strawberry and matcha, not the other way around. I get it, and it's like all matcha with the tiniest like bit of fucking strawberry compote at the bottom. Are you joking me? Talk about shrinkflation. I wasn't on about doing it with my hand. But yeah, it's taken a while, but I know normally when you take a while with food processes, it always turns out the best. It's like DMT. When I'm making DMT, I take my time with that shit. Like get all my measurements right, like everything, you know what I mean? And it comes out perfect every single fucking time. And because I take my time and pay attention, you know what I mean? If it's a subject that I like yeah, I pay proper attention in each step of what I'm doing. But I've got it down to maybe 5 days in making 10-gram batch out of 2 5-litre fucking mason jars. And that's all I learned how to do that, funnily enough, on YouTube, which is quite funny. But it took me 3 attempts to learn how to do it. The first video I found was just like, yeah, it was just shit. And then when I finally cracked it, I was like stunned. I was like, oh my god, I've fucking done it. You know what I mean? Like, and then when I finally decided to take it, because I was like, shit, now I've got to try this shit. I've made this stuff and I've got to see if it's the real deal. Fuck, I've got to be a guinea pig myself. So I tried it and I was just mind blown. I was like, within 50 seconds of breathing out, I was gone. I was like, what the actual fuck is this? Because I'd taken psychedelics before, like mushrooms and shit, but never like strong psychedelics like DMT. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. But knowing how to make it, that just goes to show like great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. And like, if you understand the psychedelic world and like the DMT world, like the spirit world is not to be messed with. And I get it now. When they were there, like with some drugs, oh, you got to be wary on what you're taking and how much you're taking. And I see now with DMT, mate, you do not need a lot. 0.2, and you'll be awake for fucking 10 minutes. And that's an extremely small amount. It's like a bong's worth. And like, I've never taken anything that's like given me an out-of-body experience. And I felt myself float out my body. I saw myself float out my body, and I was like, what the actual fuck? For a second, I thought I was dead. But then someone said to me, oh, I was on DMT. So like, crazy. But yeah, it's supposed to give you obviously a near-death experience. And I suppose it did that by me floating out my own body and me seeing that. It's kind of like, whoa. I didn't realise the human body was capable of being able to traverse different dimensions at the click of a hat. Like, if you know what you're doing. And that's what I mean, that's scary. The fact that your body doesn't build a tolerance to it as well, that's scary as well. Because most things you take, your body builds a natural tolerance to over time. DMT is one of the only substances you can take where your body just wants more of it, and more of it, and more of it. Your body does not build a tolerance to it. And so you could take a 0.2, and every single time it'll give you a different effect. Or like, you'll have the same effect taking a small dose, as in like fractal patterns and stuff. But if you take a big amount, obviously everyone experiences different shit, because everyone's been through different stuff, traumas, or whatever anyone's experience obviously is different in everyone's life, isn't it? So it's subjective to what you've experienced, and what you've been through is what you'll see, to a degree. But I agree that like it shows you a lot of things that you need to see as well, I guess. But nah, DMT is, yeah, it's not to be messed with. It's one drug that I've taken a lot of drugs in my life, right? And I happily take them. And I'll be like, yeah, it'll be alright, I'll come back tomorrow. DMT is the one drug that I've taken and I've been like, whoa, let me hold the brakes for a sec. And like, I've not been wanting to actively take it again straight away, just because I know how powerful it is and the shit it can induce. With DMT as well, it permanently alters your consciousness. It doesn't temporarily alter your consciousness, it permanently alters your consciousness. So you've got to be very understanding and wary of that as well. That you, like, yeah, you're going to be the same person, but over time, it causes parts of the brain that normally wouldn't talk to each other. So you end up becoming more intelligent to the world of you and around you over time. That's why you see with some people on DMT, they get like a godlike complex, because they realise that they're one with the universe, and like we are part of the universe and everything in it, like all connected. And you realise that when you take psychedelics. You've only had salvia. Salvia's okay, but I wouldn't take it again personally. I was given it at 15. And my mate gave it to me in a bong, and he sort of didn't. I'm trying to remember now if he told me or not. I don't think he did. I think he just went, "Milks, here's a bong," and just passes it at me. My mum's at work. We're in my mum's house, and he passes it to me, and so I go and smoke it as usual. And he's like, "Oh, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in." Like, and I'm like, he's never done that before, and you generally, when I've done a bong, do you know what I mean? Because I'm not stupid, and I've done bongs a million times over, and well, not at 15, I suppose I've probably done a couple of hundred by the time I was 15, but yeah, he didn't tell me there was salvia in it, so I just thought it was going to be a normal bong, normal reaction. I suppose if he had told me there was salvia in it, I sort of knew what to expect in a way, do you know what I mean, if he'd explained, but he didn't tell me nothing. So then I've blown out after he's gone, hold it in, hold it in, hold it in. I step outside the back door and I've still got it in my mouth. I open the back door, whoop, slide it open, walk out, blow it out. I'm stood by the fucking back door and the table and chairs, knock into the chair as I turn around, blow it out. I'm like, whoa. I go to back in through the French doors, and I fell through the step, where the step is, to step over into the house, and I've fallen flat on my face. And I was like, this is not good. I've managed to get back up, crawl to the sofa, and I just remember having cold sweats for about 20 minutes straight. Got a text on my phone, tried to read a text, and I shit you not, it took me about 20 minutes to even just comprehend 2 lines of a text message. It was awful. Would I do it again? No. DMT, yes, but I would do it with guidance, and I would do it with someone you trust, just because first time is pretty crazy. And I suggest as well, if you're going to do it for the first time and you've done psychedelics before, I would suggest just filming yourself, because then technically you do have a trip sitter, your phone, as evidence. But what I'm trying to say to you is, what's the saying that people always fucking say? The cameraman never dies. So if you're filming yourself, you know you're going to come back regardless. But it's also good to see yourself from a, I guess, third person perspective, from the other foot, from what other people would see, what you're like. Do you know what I mean? Because you're not going to... And so you get to watch that footage back afterwards. And I filmed the first time I did it. I had a lighter in my hand. And probably within about 50 seconds, I knew I'd gone, because I had the lighter in my hand and it just went, ping. But yeah, crazy experience. But if you're going to do it, I would suggest film yourself if you don't have any trip sitter, because it's better to have the evidence in front of you and then watch it back, and then you can see if you did freak out or anything. You can sort of watch it back and sort of try and understand what freaked you out. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to understand completely, because obviously it was in your head, but maybe seeing it from a different perspective may refresh your memory. I don't know. But no, there's one thing I've touched that I've vowed
wow, that's incredibly powerful. I'm not going to touch that again. Straight away. It's not something to do recreationally. Put it like that. It's not something to smoke every day like weed. You smoke it like once every 6 months to give yourself a brain reset. And it is literally that. You're giving yourself a brain reset. Your body thinks that your brain is dying when you take DMT. Hence why people have near-death and out-of-body experiences and see these type of things. It's called like I don't know what it's called, like the hyperdimensional mode that your brain goes into when you're on DMT, because the default mode network in your brain gets broken down, which means your day-to-day waking life, which you usually see, your brain can't comprehend, and so basically makes up its own internal model of what it thinks the world should look like around you. So then when you're on DMT, that's why people see like weird rooms, fucking mad shapes and all this shit. Do you know what I mean? And that's the brain sort of talking to each other. Parts of the brain that wouldn't necessarily talk to each other, talking to each other. But we just see it as pictures and audio and visual because it's all happening so fast. Do you see what I'm saying? But it's a lot to comprehend. Like the fact I know how to synthesize DMT from scratch, mate. You've literally got to be a scientist to know how to do that. That literally makes me a fucking backyard scientist. So I must be quite smart to be able to synthesize something from scratch that powerful and do it successfully. If I can do that, think how easy it is to grow magic mushrooms. That's what I'm thinking about doing next. Because I'm saying to myself, mate, if I can fucking synthesize DMT from scratch, which takes a week of work, I'm pretty sure I can make magic mushrooms. Easily. Or grow magic mushrooms, sorry. I've just got to make sure I don't get infected, like early on in the stage of the process, and that it spreads and shit. I just got to not overthink about it too much. Buy a monotub, buy obviously the spores that I want. I want to make 3 different mushrooms, 3 different varieties, so I'm going to inject 3 different spores into it, and then wait for that cake to be covered in mycelium, and then carefully transport it, or make sure it's in my monotub so I don't have to transport it, so it keeps the humidity up. And then hopefully within a month I'll have a fucking 3 varieties of mushrooms, but a whole monotub's worth. Do you know what I mean? And if it be 3 varieties, there's going to be at least a couple of ounces at least. Yeah, I know that. Your brain releases DMT when you die, of course. Your brain releases it when you die and when you're born, and when you have near-death experiences. DMT actually protects neurons in the brain. Do you know that? Hence why it's released on death, because it's your last ditch attempt at your brain trying to keep itself alive by protecting the neurons by covering them in DMT. Bet you didn't know that. And that's what I mean. DMT is it's an incredibly powerful antidepressant, and it's a natural organic antidepressant, and you cannot overdose on it either. I've looked it up. There's not a single recorded death from DMT. Whereas to say, oh, the weed is so bad, there's only 1 recorded death on DMT, and it wasn't directly correlated to weed anyway. Do you know what I mean? When they say, oh, alcohol's available everywhere, but then look how many deaths we have a year from it. It's ridiculous. Like, the world is backwards when it comes to the UK. Oh, it's all right for to get it on prescription, but it's not all right to buy it, for like the citizens to buy it or grow at least a couple plants so they can provide for themselves without after buying it on the streets or getting a prescription, spending more money that they don't need to spend when they can grow it themselves because it's a plant that is free. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why the government want to try and tax it, because it's free. Anything that's free, the government want to try and tax and make it not free. Do you see what I'm saying? Hey. Look at these.
So Maybe
What's that, sorry?
it's got a lid.
Looks good.
It says it's got a lid.
Yeah, it's got a lid. That's the whole point. That's why I'm doing them up to the line here. I just got this one, just put a little bit more ice cream in this one. Let me get that. I'll do. They look amazing now. Now I'm going to put these in the freezer. I was going to eat after that spike deal. Look at these for milkshakes. Oh, they look good, mate. So you got chocolate shake. You got strawberry shake. Look at these. I've just done these myself. I'm gonna put them in the freezer. I'm gonna put the lids on them now. And they're gonna be fucking amazing, mate. Literally fucking incredible. But I'm gonna put them in the freezer. I'm just gonna add a bit of tiny bit of caramel sauce with this one on the end, because literally it just tastes like, you can barely taste the caramel. So I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more of this stuff. It's really good. Oh, it's toffee flavour, but it's still peng. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that. Not a lot. That'll do. And then slowly give it a marble stir through. Actually, no, I'm just going to do that. Grab it from the middle. I can grab it, let the cereal grab, and then fold it in on itself. Tastes so much better. Tastes so much better. Yeah, it tastes amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I'm going to freeze it with a caramel sauce on top, as is. And I'm going to freeze it like so. So there's one lid done, second lid down, done, third lid down, third lid. Oh.
Wisely. Anyway, third lid on. So now we've got all these milkshakes ready to put in the freezer, and they're named as well. So you've got chocolate shake, you've got strawberry shake with strawberry shake cheesecake bits in it, and you got caramel shake, and they're all going in the freezer. And now they're going to be like next level Ben and Jerry's. Gonna taste fucking amazing. Could you make one of these things while on DMT? What, one of those drinks that I just made? Fucking lid broken on this. It's fucking pissed me off, guys. It's gonna be fucking freezing. Just so I'm trying to make room in the freezer. Pies. Where the fuck did that one go? What? It must have fallen out somewhere. Where did it go? I have no clue where that went. Did it fall out? No, it didn't. Now I've got to put these in the freezer. That's a fucking fit. Impressive little fit. Just fits in the freezer, and I mean only just fits in the freezer. That's it. That's all I did. Right. That's the sleeping cups. Hopefully that's staying there now. I was hoping it hasn't gone everywhere. That's what I'm hoping. Excuse me. Would you put it in an oven instead of a freezer? Depends on what you're making. Make sure you're alright. Yeah, it seems alright. Seems like it's staying in the freezer in place, which is what I want. I want it to freeze like ice cream. Go on, Ted. That's it. Oh, you got it there.
Anybody to speak or to not speak about me, and this will not be the first time that I do it, because you're a lazy piece of shit, and you're entitled.
Wait, I managed to put them all in the freezer. They only just fitted. Yeah, but so what I did is push the freezer in as far as I could and put the ones right at the back so they sit. So they obviously they would touch the top just. So I just had a little nub at the top like this, didn't it? Push the nub down so it fit. But other than that, they fitted okay. But I opened it just now to make sure he didn't. When I pushed it in, they squeeze everywhere and go everywhere, but now they're still intact, which is good. But it's got heavy cereal in it, so you would think it can go everywhere. Heavy ice cream things. But they should be ready in maybe like 5-6 hours. Maybe we should try each one. And they're labelled as well, happy days. And at the end I put some salted caramel sauce on the caramel one and just drizzle it on top and just left it there. So soak in and just harden naturally on top. But I put popped in the caramel one, I put popped wheat as well as I crushed up some honey nut crunchy nuts. I crushed up that in there as well. So you got the honey, the caramel, you know what I mean? Good as well, sweetness wise. And I know it's gonna taste nice in ice cream. With the like crunchy honey nut, crunchy bits with the caramel, and then the salted caramel sauce. And then the chocolate one has got bits of Cocoa Pops in, mixed in with ice cream, so that'd be nice. It's not clean, but and the strawberry cheesecake one. The strawberry cheesecake one, I went through all the strawberries, and yeah, most of them are mouldy, but there was like maybe 4 I could use. So I chopped those 4 that I had and just added them to it, mixed them round, and smushed those in there. So you've got even more strawberry bits in there. And then, oh yeah, added the biscuits to the caramel one as well. So yeah, it's amazing. So you got the biscuit bits in the caramel sauce, and the popped wheat. And then the chocolate one you've got just Cocoa Pops. And in the strawberry shortcake you've got actual bits of proper bits of strawberry in there with actual bits of Jordan's popped wheat in there as well. And that's it. So the other one's got 2 cereals, the other one's got 1 cereal, the other one's got no cereals. So they've all got a mixture. Yeah, so they're gonna taste nice either way. Which one you looking forward to the most? The strawberry short cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake. Caramel one or the chocolate one?
His newfound audience called this casual racism and arrogance.
But you got to think they're going to be 500 mil, just bigger than the size of Ben and Jerry's. So they're going to be a nice big tub to eat on tomorrow. So you may not be able to eat it all in one session because it'll be thickly because there'll be so much in there. So you're probably be able to eat it in small chunks. But you can eat whatever you want to try. I made up for both of us to try. I bought 3 of them so you can try it. And once you've tried it, which one was your favourite treat for? Chocolate, the caramel, or the strawberry shortcake, cheesecake one?
Caramel.
Yeah.
It all depends how you matcha then.
Or the matcha.
That could be strawberry.
The matcha was a bit bland, to be honest. Like how watery. It's not even worth calling it a milkshake, it's false advertising. It literally said strawberry and caramel matcha milkshake next to the caramel swirl milkshake and fucking the other chocolate milkshake.
5 million views per video on his main channel and 8 to 15 million views on his collaboration page.
But yeah, I reckon give it. Yeah, I had to move stuff around in the freezer to get that in the freezer. You know, I had to put the pies in the bottom freezer to make way for it else it wouldn't fit. I had to scoop some ice out the back of the freezer so it fit as well.
You want the record
His audience had long forgotten the Ebola tweets.
But yeah, it's gonna be nice because I probably must have added. There's probably like what, half a tub of that ice cream, vanilla ice cream. There's probably a quarter of it now. So I added probably a quarter of that ice cream in those 3 milkshakes. So it's going to be extremely vanilla and creamy as well, which would be nice. So I added loads of milk, I don't know how many scoops, I lost count. I probably added like maybe 10 scoops. Which one do I want? So I want to save it. I want to save this one. That's what water's for. And then say no, because yeah, technically it's water, but technically water's water, isn't it?
Let me see
I just mean like save it for the side. It's a nice day. I don't want to just drink it all on the side on it, so it's nice to drink it at a peach. We forgot to get its juice the other day. It's literally what we forgot to get from the shop. We forgot to get some peach juice.
And the catalyst for his destruction was actually when one of his best friends in the industry.
To be fair, no, I gave you a list and you overspent. Yeah, you got eggs. So you got eggs instead.
Entitled predatory monster of a human being.
How entitled
I wouldn't have gotten it if I was going to go over.
that you have it rough. You are a 19-year-old millionaire. Everything's
I've
oversaturated.
got these bags. That was a good bag for keeping your bread in and that.
It's okay, but like, I wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah.
It's like £1.20 for a fucking bag.
£2.
Fucking hell.
It's still insulated.
It doesn't matter. You can make an insulated one. You can make an insulated one yourself with fucking fit tin foil and fucking duct tape, and you know you could. Yeah, okay, make a bit rustly noise. But I'm sure you could sort that out by putting a layer of cling film over the top of that metal first, wrapping it around the edge, carefully. I don't know, making sure it's in place with something, I don't know, super glue, so that cling film ain't coming off, or a couple layers, or some cellophane or something that you know that it's not going to break straight away, but it will mould to the metal, or whatever, and you put that in there first, and then obviously then put that, you can line it, and then it ain't going to make the rustling noise.
behave this way, like it's just like no big deal. Like something did. Like I'm just like, oh my god, we were talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And then I said, James, he's straight. Your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity.
And this one kind of opened the floodgates, and the internet began piecing together compilations that went viral, where James appeared to make straight men uncomfortable when they made content together.
What are 3 qualities that you look for in a long-term relationship?
That's a good question. You gotta have a good sense of humor.
Yeah, that's the most important. You told me I'm one of your every single day myself before.
Yeah, okay, second one, you have to be a woman because
Dig into China, Ted. Dig into China, buddy. We're Australia.
Obviously, this expose
Australia or China?
and James would lose over 3 million subscribers in the matter of a couple of weeks. At this point, both he and his ego had finally been exposed for the world to see by his mentor in the industry, nonetheless. And this really all happened because she felt like he crossed her. But still, I will say, this was very light in comparison to the hell that would soon break out in his life. Oh, Dave, I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, while you're here, come on, lean in a little closer. I got a secret to tell you. You know all that time you spend on your phone, messing around, doom scrolling, not doing nothing with your life? Well, I want to tell you guys today how to turn those moments into a little bit of money. Y'all probably already know the name. I'm talking about free cash. Where you can earn some extra cash on the side by completing simple tasks like filling out surveys, trying out apps, or even playing mobile games. Like, for example, right now I've really been enjoying Royal Kingdom. And right at this moment, Free Cash has over 5,000 offers available, so it's really easy to find something that kind of matches your interest. And Free Cash does boast a 4.7-star rating on Trustpilot.
Use that.
To me, I really like that they make it very convenient to withdraw your cash straight into your bank account, or in apps like PayPal, Bitcoin, Amazon gift cards, and much more once you
Yeah, keep drinking fast because it's making the bike very fast. She wants to make a bonus. You can see me smoke one cigarette. I'll just make the fake. It's full. When you smoke the fake, it's full.
Make some extra cash on the side if you're always on your phone either way. So go check out Free Cash today, and I thank them for
Well, if we have a
supporting
fight, we
today's
share.
upload. On February 26, 2021, a
Oh, the bomb
16-year-old boy
flies,
named
That's when you had a bomb
posted
ages.
evidence onto TikTok of James Charles attempting to have an intimate relationship with him, including screen recordings, Snapchat messages, as well as other evidence that James was the one pursuing him. Claiming that the conversation had escalated to the point where James was wanting to exchange inappropriate
Just if we keep rolling, you go for this. Yeah. It's going to go fast. Yeah, it may look a lot now, but that'll go fast. Especially when you're doing bongs. Well, you've been doing bongs and look how fast it's gone by. Just doing bongs. That's what I mean. We had a couple splits, man.
And after telling him, like, no, like, I'm not going to send it to you, he kept on asking for pictures and videos of body hair and me flexing and stuff.
Now, of course, James would deny these allegations while simultaneously blaming the kid, claiming that he had an ulterior motive from the very start and that he had lied to him about his age. Obviously, this defensive statement did not go over well with the general public, as he no longer had receipts like in his other clapback videos. They kind of saved him from the angry mentor. This was different. It was like James was truly backed into a corner. As the grand majority of people with the brain understand that it is always the adult's job to verify age in a situation that could potentially involve a minor. Either way, this is when all hell broke loose and the floodgates really opened.
Oh, no, I think you dropped on the floor.
People would come forward to share their almost identical interactions with James.
Keep dropping on the
Essentially,
floor.
he was treating his Instagram Explore page on TikTok or Instagram like a never-ending dating cesspool of potential suitors. The only problem for him was that people lie about shit online. And the guys he was going after looked very young. Basically, he would DM guys that he found attractive, transition the conversation to Snapchat.
I have been telling them to reach out to literally anybody and use my Explore page and For You page as a dating app, and eventually I would just happen to find the right person.
And immediately push messages into an explicit place. This was the consistent pattern in these people's stories who came forward. Though I will say there was a lot of fake shit out there too, like fake screenshots, things that never really happened. Either way, if he would have just taken a quick look into their profile, it really should have told him that they might be too young for him. Maybe recent photos of them playing high school sports, or doing other high school things like going to prom or homecoming. Being tagged in a picture by a 15-year-old girl, you know, we might just give you a hint. And so after 5 weeks, James would release and then later delete a video called Holding Myself Accountable. And in this video, not only does he have the worst haircut in human history, but he also straight up admits that 2 of these accusers were 16 years old when they interacted, though he does say that they both lied about their age.
In case anybody isn't aware of what's going on, within the past couple of weeks, 2 different people, both of the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they got inappropriate messages to me on social media. One of them being from last year, and one of them being from more recent. In both of these cases, I added these people on Snapchat, asked how old they were right away, was told that they were 18, believed them, engaged in a flirty conversation, and then later on, found out that they were actually 16. Later on, when I saw them making videos about it and those videos going viral, my immediate reaction, completely honestly, was to be really, really upset.
Now, people were not buying this idea that James did not understand the power dynamics that came with a celebrity reaching out to an impressionable teenager like this. As virtually no one felt any sympathy for his dating life struggles, I feel like if anything, it just made him look more like a creep.
In all other areas of my life, my friends, my business, I like to think of myself as pretty put together and on top of things, and I couldn't understand why relationships were the one outlier. Why were they not working? Why was this area of me so different? And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks, and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I'm desperate.
Well, if anything, this apology was really the final nail in the coffin for his brand as he would know it. As James would lose his extremely lucrative business partnerships, immediately be demonetized by YouTube, and also exiled from his reality TV show hosting duties. Not only
I just realised,
he was now
but last time I tasted amazing.
industry who wanted nothing to do
Coke and
with
peach.
walking
And it tastes like it's amazing.
things would only get worse.
I'll drink some of this
The
and pour some
monster
of
would continue to come to light as only 3 months after the creep scandal, a former employee would sue James, claiming severe mistreatment, labor violations, and wrongful termination. Basically, this girl who worked for James for around 6 months said that he lied about what her pay would actually be, and that he had promised her a 6-figure salary when he brought her on with full benefits. But in all actuality, he would end up only paying her $5,000 a month with no benefits. She claimed that she was working over 80 to 100 hours per week as his creative director, essentially editing his videos and scratching his ass for 12 hours a day around the clock. Actually, her worst allegation was that he asked her to shave his ass so that he could wear assless chaps to Coachella. Yes, I'm dead serious. In the end, he would fire her over the phone after she had a severe head injury and was advised by a doctor to avoid looking at any screens, which was obviously a key point of her job. And I would have to think that this is when she started cooking up the lawsuits. Either way, once this all went public, James would respond by calling it a legal shakedown for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
This is all mine to release the way you really want to, but
God.
basically what this is like they're terminated, overworked,
Probably not a milkshake.
all of which are
Probably not a milkshake. It's probably a
Anybody
footy wave.
to speak or to not speak about me, and this will not be the first time that I do it. It just won't.
How?
His main defense is
What?
that she was an at-will employee who was fired
It must be
for
lactose
reasons
intolerant.
other than her newfound medical conditions.
Prefer
The
lactose.
case also kind of makes it seem like she's just trying to get back like the wages that she feels like she should have been paid for her work, which I wish was the truth because in reality this suit is actually for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
And despite his strong stance that he
Well,
would not
it's
be
gonna be
paying
upset
her a
somewhere,
dime,
man.
after a year the two parties would agree on a
Maybe
private
to give you upset
settlement
somewhere,
where the
maybe to give
employee
you
had to
shit.
sign an NDA to not speak about James or the job situation again publicly. Also keep in mind that when this lawsuit went public, James did try to paint her as an opportunistic clout chaser who wanted to pile onto the allegations from Snapchat.
There's a lot going on, and I currently feel as though the situation that I was in is being taken advantage of, and I feel as though I'm being blackmailed.
In reality, she had filed the suit months before any of that stuff had come to light. This is yet another example of James being dishonest to attempt to make himself look better. After this, he would take a couple of months away from posting on the internet. But feeling the lack of attention, that dopamine hit, he once again started to act out, posting videos of himself twerking all across the internet, which was once again an absolute PR nightmare. This would cause him to lose hundreds of thousands of followers in a single day, as most people found these videos to be in poor taste, to say the least, given his recent allegations of being a creep. And as the years have rolled on, James has faced other situations that have seriously damaged his brand. In 2023, he would continue to use social media as a dating app, and when someone leaked the conversation, well, we at least knew that he now made sure to verify age, also adding that being his boyfriend was a very lucrative role, his requirements being 6'2" with a big old swinging hammer, he needs armpit hair, he needs FaceTime calls, but no, you will not be getting a salary. But you will get to live in his $10 million mansion, enjoy traveling with his huge ass and his amazing personality. On a serious note, though, in 2024, Ethan Klein would put up massive billboards in Los Angeles, calling out James and his past allegations, to which he allegedly went into overdrive to get taken down.
But yeah, the big story was the billboard did go up on Friday, but then on Sunday, after one day, The billboard in the middle of the day on Sunday mysteriously taken down.
Yeah, it seems like it happened around 2 p.m.
Legal clear with the advertising, something like all of our T's dotted, all of our I's. I mean, this is the $10,000 billboard, so the act of cutting that down would be a felony, I would believe.
And now we get to the current day, where the newsflash has fucked up majorly once again. And it really just shows that through all the years and the various controversy that he has learned virtually nothing. Basically, he went onto TikTok completely unprovoked and posted a video of himself enraged, yelling at the phone at a random person who DM'd him asking for a donation after they got laid off from Spirit Airlines. Obviously, earlier this year, the airline shut down completely, and around 17,000 people were out of a job immediately. This is where James, of course, rides in on his high horse.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. I need a patient's help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled. And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why would I ever help you? You're not a fan. You don't even follow me. You've never supported me. This is your first time DMing. And you think that I'm going to send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart. Why would I fucking help you? This bitch, you lost your fucking job? What are we gonna do? Nothing!
Now, obviously, he just came off looking like an entitled prick here. I mean, to be honest, he might be pulling ahead of Jack Doherty for the most punchable face on the internet. To me, James himself is lucky to still be making money online. Hell, he's lucky that his sassy ass ain't behind bars eating cat food. And I have to say, out of everything, even though some of it is clearly more disgusting than this video was probably the cringiest thing that he's ever done. Talking about the real world when he has never in his life worked a real job. As a matter of fact, he was born into a wealthy family, and now is arguably within the most protected class of human in modern American civilization. Now, should this girl have been out there begging for money? Probably not. But did he have to erupt like this and make an ass of himself? No. Either way, the girl who sent the message would post a response video.
It's me. I'm the girl that James Charles talked about in that video. Did James Charles really send you that message? He did. He decided to message me on TikTok, and he wanted to privately apologize. I know another question on here is, do I accept his apology? So I'm just going to answer it right together. Hell no.
And after James lost over 1 million followers on his accounts, he would start panicking and completely backtrack, acting like he was some innocent kid who did not know what he was saying.
Yesterday morning, I posted a video on this account talking about how a woman had lost her job at Spirit Airlines, and she sent me a message with a GoFundMe link asking me to donate. And the video was basically me yelling at the camera, being super upset and frustrated because this person had never followed me, never supported me before. Her message just triggered me, and I decided instead to make a video about it. This video was fucking stupid. It was rude, it was obnoxious, it was privileged, and most importantly, it was completely fucking unnecessary because it came across as super fucking privileged and like I was basically shaming everybody that's unemployed.
Like an idiot. You woke up in your mansion, checked your DMs like you do every day with your thirsty ass, and read this short message that triggered you so much that you turned on your camera, ranted into your phone, went back, replayed, and edited the rants, and thought that you were so in the right that you posted it up online.
I get a lot of messages like this every single day, and for me personally, it definitely sucks to receive messages from people that don't follow you and don't support you, treating you like a personal ATM or bank account.
Well, here's an idea for you, James. Why don't you stop reading your social media messages altogether? Oh wait, you can't because you're addicted to that shit. 2 weeks later, the followers were still bleeding out, and so James would then release another video where he once again tries to double down on the apology.
To be completely honest with you, don't know what I was going through that day that led to me or allowed me to be so triggered by an individual one-off message like that, and I really don't know what the hell went through my head to think it was appropriate in any way, shape, or form to make a piece of content about somebody reaching out asking for help and hand for a vulnerable time. In the initial video, I made a comment of like, into how bad it actually was. I have been far apart from that for a very fucking long time because of the privileged, secluded influencer bubble that I have been in.
Oh, I didn't know people don't got money out here. I didn't know people working 2 jobs still can't either pay their rent to feed their families. Like my guy, if you do not shut the fuck up with your privileged ass. You literally spawned in on easy mode, and then you want to talk down on people from a multi-million-dollar house. They're working class individuals funded through buying your products and watching your videos. Oh man, what the fuck is you doing, guys? No, after this, James will continue to try and save face. Mainly by donating money to another person who had been fired from Spirit Airlines, a whopping $500 for the multimillionaire. I just really cannot fathom how he continues to make the same stupid mistakes over and over again. Like, at some point it is obvious that this guy just has a serious character flaw. In general, this guy has shown himself to be a downright nasty person with a mean spirit. Like, you don't even have to be that down to earth to understand how crafty most people have it right now when it comes to having no purchasing power in their life. I'm talking about people with full-time professional jobs. You know, they went all through college, they bought into all the stuff, and they're still forced to live with their parents into their 30s. I'm talking about people who used to be hiring professionals with great jobs, who are now forced to work fast food or retail simply because the job market is so bad, and they can't even get a job interview. Families who don't know where the next meal will come from. I mean, overall, I hope that 2026 is the year that we finally leave this guy in the past, because he has shown himself time and time again to be, in my opinion, an out-of-touch sociopath. It's like from the very start when the light was shine, the cockroaches really jumped the fuck out. But either way, I want to know what you guys think about the overall career of James Charles down below. Were you part of the sisterhood of the traveling pants at one time? And now do you feel like he's turned into like this unredeemable character? Or do you see the light at the end of the tunnel for James? Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, this video more than Tan Superman and some of the creepy influences out here need to be covered. So I'm out. Peace.
Flashback Mary.
But before you go, y'all make sure to check out Free Cash. No, it's not a replacement for a job, but it's a great way to make extra cash if you were always on your phone anyways. So don't forget to check the link in my description and pin comments to start earning today. So a couple of years ago, we were all introduced to this idea of the metaverse.
Yeah, well, even if
Everything
it's
that's
not
online today, connecting socially, entertainment, games, work, it's going to be more natural and vivid.
Yeah,
This was
maybe it's not.
advertised as the next big movement in our civilization, something that would transform the way we socialize, learn, work, and even live.
And you're going to be able to do almost anything you can imagine. Get together with friends and family, work, learn, play, shop, create, as well as entirely new categories that don't really fit how we think about computers or phones today. And we call this the metaverse. We believe the metaverse will be the successor to the mobile internet.
But in the present day, over $80 billion has been burned. The New World Order is a ghost town, and the lights are mere days away from being turned off forever. Did you hear they're turning off the metaverse? This is the story of the collapse of Mark Zuckerberg's dream to own your reality, and why his VR vision turns into a nightmare for Meta. I just can't believe someone created this entire world, and nobody is adapting it. They said this was going to be the hottest place to be on a Friday night. Yeah, I don't know what it is,
That's
guys,
good.
but something about this actually does make me kind of sad. But to truly understand this failure of epic proportions, I have to take you back 5 years ago to 2021, when Mark would very publicly put all of his money on the Metaverse racehorse.
I am proud to announce that starting today, our company is now Meta.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Now, as we've discussed many times on this channel, there was a serious movement online at this time that cryptocurrency, NFTs, and digital assets in general were set to be the next great investment.
You own your items, not a platform. And this is going to require not just technical work, like some of the important projects that are going on around crypto and NFTs in the community now.
At that time, we were deep into the lockdown, and all of these internet geniuses were convinced that this would be the time period where people fully transitioned into living their life online. You know, they really thought
No,
that
you're
this
getting
shit
better.
was going to be like Lawless.
Okay, they're not better.
Your expressions, your gestures, that are going to make interactions much richer than anything that's possible online today.
One definition of this is it's about a time when basically immersive digital worlds become the primary way that we live our lives and spend our time.
And Mark really wanted to lead the way, creating not only his own digital marketplace, but an entire universe that he claimed would one day be inhabited by billions of people.
You know, by the end of the decade, we hope to basically get to around 1 billion people in the metaverse doing hundreds of dollars of commerce each, buying, you know, digital goods, digital content.
Where is everybody, man? It's kind of just creepy up in here. No harassment, no homophobia, no racism, spelled wrong, no portal hopping. So yes, I guess Mark's entire dream was that people would have been chilling in parks like this. Back then, Mark thought that everyone would have their own little virtual abode, where they would wear their digital clothing and hang their NFT artwork.
With friends over from all over the world for a virtual gathering, they could have their
You put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. There's parts of your
I don't have sound to your
virtually
question.
has things that are only possible virtually, and it has an incredibly
What do you
inspiring
mean?
view of whatever you find most beautiful.
It's just cool.
Hey Mark, hey, what's going on? Whoa, we're floating in space. Who made this place? It's awesome.
Right?
Is that you? Of course it's me. You know I gotta do the robot.
You should try it with Peach. You have to come.
It's not fair.
Be nice when it's cold.
But from the very start, there were some obvious hurdles with this entire
It would be
plan.
nice and
For one,
flush.
Mark vastly overestimated the amount of people who were interested or comfortable with moving
That's
from
alright.
aspects of their world to
I know you don't understand some of my questions.
We
It's
were
fine.
already used to taking classes, playing games, socializing, and having meetings online. But Mark wanted to take that entire experience and make it even more intimate.
You checked in the kitchen.
Do online today.
You took stuff out of the kitchen.
Entertainment, games, work.
Look in the bathroom, look in the bedroom.
And this isn't about spending more time on screens. It's about making the
It's
time
that old
memories
point.
better. Screens just can't convey the full range of human expression and connection. They can't deliver that deep feeling of presence.
You're creeping me out, little guy.
There's the paper still
Stop
that
in
we're
your
looking for.
tracks. Stop in your tracks right now.
Yo, this was a robbery, bro. This is a robbery. I'll hit you with a gun.
The only issue was that the value of the experience
I know,
that he
real people.
provided failed to outweigh the general issue.
I get you're not going to understand that video. That's when you don't understand just that.
With the main problem being that the VR headset itself was not very accessible for many people. Hello? Is anyone there? And the sheer idea of spending hours inside of this thing, specifically in the metaverse, was not a smooth experience at all. Rules for safety: don't run, don't yell, don't scream, don't poop on the floor, stay close to mom, don't touch Freddy, don't hit me before
Don't
you
touch everything.
give me the fucking money.
Security is on their way over, just so you're aware.
I want to have a real
This is the metaverse.
I mean, I tried to spend a couple of days on this thing,
Fuck
specifically in the
that.
metaverse, to
Fuck
see what
being in
it
the
was really all
metaverse.
about.
It sounds
And
like
I
for
have
little
to
kids
say, it
and
was
stuff.
not a great experience. Alright guys, so I'm here on the Meta app. I've never played this, so I just have to create an avatar. And right now I'm between this guy and this guy right here, as to which one looks the most like me. Alright, looking crazy. Make this motherfucker red. God damn. Here we go. We're going to the metaverse. I'm transporting right this second. Oh shit, my red hands. And by the end of the day, without fail, my neck would be killing me. And on top of that, my eyes would feel compromised for the rest of the day after around a couple of hours tops. I mean, there were several times the movement within the metaverse made me downright nauseous. Move me around. Hello, hello. Say goodbye to the metaverse. Say goodbye.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. Alright, perfect.
So yes, Mark essentially hedged this $80 billion bet that he could financialize our daily social interaction. He thought that because he did this once with Facebook, he could have the foresight to accomplish it once again.
He wanted to create a proprietary reality where he owned the hardware, the tax on every item sold, and even the virtual real estate to boot. When you first put on your VR headset or open Verizon, you're going to land in your own personal space. Somewhere that you can design and decorate and make your own, invite your friends
Everything
to
that
hang
things
out,
like it
get work done, or just relax and use it to jump into any experience. And despite the fact that many people out there, including myself, have been interested in
If you're
willing
outside
to
and you
purchase
hit
VR
something,
technology,
it might
despite several
vibrate.
millions of these
That's
units,
lucky.
the Metaverse platform
Let's
found
hope
to
that the
crack
phone's
even a
got
couple
vibration
hundred
back in
thousand
the
active users
Let's
a
hope
month
that it's
at
not
its
in
peak.
silent
By
only mode
comparison, the Roblox
and not
universe, which is
vibrate,
arguably
because if it's
everything
on vibrate
the
mode, even if
market
it's a
for
silent,
Xbox
it'll
when it
vibrate. If
comes
it's
to
in the silent
community
only
and
mode, it won't
built-in
vibrate.
over 80 million active users a day. I think I see a real person over there. Let's go say what's up. Yo, say what's up, amigo. Yeah, this is my first day in Horizon or whatever. Now, Roblox did this successfully because it captured the attention of a generation organically. And of course, a whole lot of absolute creepers. Whereas Mark, on the other hand, tried to buy it with $80 billion. In the next 5 or 10 years,
How's everyone doing
a lot
today?
of this is going to be mainstream. And a lot of us will be creating and inhabiting worlds that are just as detailed and convincing as this. And like I said, I do have experience with VR, playing the boxing game, Resident Evil, Beat Saber, and their NFL simulator for hours at a time. And never did I have such a shitty experience like I did for the last 2 weeks in the metaverse. Here you have one of the all-inclusive restrooms where you can take your virtual McPiss.
Virtual kids. I like it culture.
Alright, well, then guess what? I mean, the graphics
If you've ever tried it, Coca-Cola and peach water, try it. It tastes like Lipton iced tea.
Yes, I know that made someone out there feel very old.
Literally.
This shit is just getting downright.
It tastes really good.
This guy right here staring into my soul. It's like
And it probably tastes even more like iced tea if I chucked the tea bag in it and just let it ferment overnight in the Coke. Because then it would taste like proper iced tea because it would have an actual tea in it.
something that has now been memed into eternity after
So it tastes like even more like Lipton peach iced tea.
the lower half of their bodies. There's one more feature coming soon that's probably the
He looks well weird in the metaverse. He looks really young.
Legs, I know you've been waiting for
I
this.
think everyone has been waiting for this.
Our first milestone is making it so you could use your avatar across all of our apps and in VR. And we're working on bringing them more to life through animation.
And in these keynotes, Mark would always make it a big deal that this was going to be a much more intimate way to connect with people virtually.
Coca-Cola, everyone else
Like you were in
Coca-Cola.
the very same room as a coworker or your boss. The feeling of presence.
It's like Coca-Cola is good.
Quality of the metaverse. You're going to really feel like you're there with other people. Yo, what's going on, man?
Hi, Jamari Speaks. Welcome to Pet Park. Your French Bulldog is adorable. I just love that breed.
It looks too cartoony.
Free to come chat with me.
I think that's why adults don't really love it. It looks too like Nintendo DS like kids play. If it was more adult like lifelike like Grand Theft Auto, if you made people play it.
They were talking about virtually joining your friends at a concert, really looking them in the eyes and enjoying the experience together. What if there was an after party that everyone could go to, no matter where they were?
This is wild.
Talking to a fucking dinosaur. It was just a
You're talking to a fucking dinosaur. Brilliant.
Oh, there's swag.
And I do have to say, with the spatial sound, this intimacy is accomplished in a certain way, but I would not exactly describe it as positive, as I did have several conversations with people as I was messing around in this bastardization of the world.
Wait, are you looking for something? You look wet.
Yeah, I'm sunburned.
And you have like this behind you.
Some of the kids in the metaverse sound like maybe 10, 12 years old, mate. It sounds fucking hella young. It's bad. unless they're using a voice changer, which a lot of the times they are, but a lot of the times they ain't, and you can't really tell nowadays with voice changers. They're getting that good.
What's up? Can you hear me? Hello? Now, ironically, what Mark thought would bring our in real life social world to the digital format actually made people more uncomfortable than anything else.
Imagine if you could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space, those chance interactions that make your day all accessible from anywhere.
An internal leak from Meta themselves actually suggested that people on their own teams felt an increased sense of social anxiety and even distress while attempting to communicate with their fellow employees in the metaverse.
Workrooms that we even launch where you have meetings. And, I basically made a rule for, all of the management folks in the company that they need to be doing.
Everyone loves water, mate. Can't go wrong with a bit of flavoured water.
We got to dog food this.
Or juice. Juice is good.
In the future, so we have to adopt this now.
I mean, even on a personal level, I obviously spent hours in numerous conversations, and while I would be looking at someone face to face in the metaverse, it never really felt comparable to a real life interaction. And I would frequently have meetings and other conversations with borderline strangers through apps like Zoom, still feel much
But yeah, you can't go wrong with
getting
one.
that accomplished through a webcam or a phone. To me, this experience was like eating a piece of chicken with no seasoning. It's like, where's the flavor? Where's the spice? But hey, I guess that's what happens when a living robot tries to predict humanity's next social revolution. And I will also note here that around 90% of the people I had a chance to interact with were children, which made the
Body's
entire
getting there,
experience a little bit on the creepy side for me, coming in
It's
there
taking
so
a while,
many years
getting
removed
there.
from puberty.
Let's try this one, the chest.
Just call me Princess for short. I don't want you to say that anymore.
Still not where I want to be. Like, I'm getting there towards my goal, yeah? Slowly but surely. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, is it? Not because of my shoulders.
And that was when I actually found anyone to interact with in these worlds. Because for the most part, all these different places you can go that people put their heart and souls into designing were really nothing but ghost towns. I'm talking about entire universes created that I was the only person in the world walking around it. I'm talking about live events where absolutely no one was present. See, like this would be cool if I was fishing with some of my buddies, but once again, I'm all alone. Here we go, I got a big one. All right. And because I'm ethical, I'll throw it back. Yeah, guys, so it's pretty sad to see I'm the only person here at the rooftop bar tonight. I imagine one time there was people socializing here, dancing.
But yeah, I work out pretty much every day.
At the bar and whatnot. Yes, sir. Put the whiskey on the
One day a week of rest.
Make it myself. Little bottle of bubbly. At least they got a slot machine up in here. Now, admittedly, the only place that I found to be somewhat wholesome was when I was allowed into a community of senior citizens.
Your mirror has actually talked. So, he's young, but he's got serious stuff on the roads and stuff.
Cool. I've got a cool little community going on here.
We worked hard to keep kids out of it because the kids are always disrupting
A 15-up universe where they were extremely sad about the prospect of their social life being turned off.
It's really bothering me that they're going to knock all this down, right?
I don't think they even know yet, do they?
I don't think they're 100%, but I think they got a path right now, and the path is looking like they're going to put doing it on here for VR at least.
Through the VR experience, these people had regained their ability to connect with the community without leaving their homes. They had schedules where they played games, visited different worlds, watched movies together, and created genuine connections. Hey, thanks for letting me check out Joe's world.
Absolutely, man.
It was really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lots of really cool people in there. And that was about the only thing in this experience that made me kind of sad. The other 98% of the time, I was either by myself or engrossed in the sheer mayhem of what felt like an overcrowded children's bouncy house.
Wait, hold on. I gotta get your crack. Get it at that. Get back to work. I'm on the other side.
could just say decal box. But yeah, I knew what you meant.
You know, it's just hilarious to me that what was meant to be this grand social experience, this revolution, a renaissance of sorts, in reality would either drive people to lunacy or sheer loneliness. And more internal leaks came out that revealed that only 10% of users return to the metaverse at all after being there a single time. And only 9%
Or you can just make some cookies, decal box the weed, and then grind that up and then put that in your cookie mix or your brownie mix, and then put that on a tray or a grease-proof tray, and then you can do a no oven brownie mix where you can only just put it in the fridge and let it just harden overnight, and then cut them into brownies, and then yeah, you've got some nice THC filled brownies. I'd probably put about half ounce, if I'm doing 14 cookies, that's an ounce or a gram in each cookie, sorry, or half a gram in each cookie. If I do 28 cookies to last me, that's half a gram in each cookie. You know what I'm saying? That'll get me baked.
Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Nope, it's just a fake bot restart.
Hi there. I'd love to brew up something just right for you.
I heard they're about to nuke the metaverse.
Don't believe everything you hear. Nice.
Now, originally it was announced that the main aspects of this metaverse would be closed on March 31st, specifically the central hub and anything else created by Meta. So I actually sat there that night until 2 a.m. That's why I got these bags under my eyes. I was about tired as fuck, and absolutely nothing happened. But now that around the week has passed, the central hub has been taken down. You can think of this as the Meta courtyard that you would spawn in automatically that has now been nuked. You ready for the end of the world? Everything's gonna be like.
But yeah, doing that is nice as well. Easy way of making brownies. But you can do it with cookies and cook it in the oven. But you can do it with, like I said, no brownie mix. And just make canna butter. And you can use the cannabis butter to make like the nice dough consistency you need.
It's different from anything that any other platform can provide.
And like I said, you make 28 of those, half a gram in each cookie, they get you baked.
To the VR experience will be ripped off the line forever. And it is now being turned into a mobile app
What's that, 500 mg?
tested with kids. Basically, Mark realized that he couldn't map the immersive future he predicted, and is now targeting kids and microtransactions through a poor man's Roblox universe. You know, essentially all those VR residents are now being evicted, and this will now be turning into a massive daycare. And it's very interesting as I watch through the keynotes from the last 6 years to see how they slowly but surely ventured farther and farther away from this idea of people living their complete lives online. You know, after a while, it was nothing more than a footnote compared to his segments about AI and his creepy glasses. And as I mentioned before, Mark did burn through billions of dollars on this venture. You know, now they've started giving up the dream. They've laid all these people off from the virtual reality team. But really, a couple of years into this entire thing, I think that Mark realized the pivot that would make him not care at all about that sunk cost.
Holy shit.
Won't be super super.
And I will say it is a threat to every single individual's privacy all around the world. Because Mark didn't just burn this money, but he bought a front row ticket to your personal privacy and biometric data. And the daycare that he's building out now is really just baked for the next generation. And I will tell you guys all about that in my next video. But either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. You know, I had a lot of fun making this video, felt a little bit more investigative. So I hope you guys have been appreciating that. I do think that part 2 might be even better, but y'all are going to have to wait and see. Either way, I do want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing. But as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other epic downfalls out here need to be documented. So I'm out. Peace.
that? Someone said sucking dick. Sucking dick. Someone says come. Someone says come on me. What the fuck are you not coming for?
Fuck.
It's insults, man.
Fuck's sake. You're terrible. But I'll be doing it. Okay.
This TikToker is being called out for faking the ownership of luxury homes that she was hired to walk.
So guys, Chun Li's best friend. Chun Li actually loves this guy. Like Chun Li, we don't like Chun Li anymore. You know, you went from being a fan favorite to now people don't like you. Well, he's told me about this video. I'm joking. This came up. I recommend it. But Tommy Robinson, what they don't tell you about Andrew Tate. Let's see what the Mossad agent thinks about Andrew Tate. By the way, guys, gay people will not like this video, so if you don't like the video, I completely understand.
Tell me about that Andrew Tate then. So what's this doing?
So Andrew Tate, in my belief, Andrew Tate created a character, okay? And I've watched him do it his whole life. I've watched him do it since no one knew who Andrew Tate was. Before he...
I remember, he knew Andrew Tate beforehand because they both grew up in Luton. You know, I know Tommy Robinson. We both grew up in Luton together. We had 4 Bravatis. Tommy Robinson is talking facts. I'm friends with Tommy Robinson, even though I'm a Muslim. Like, no sense. Nonsensical.
He was top G, he was Mr. Clean. Before he was Mr. Clean, he was somewhere else. He always tried this. He's a very clever man and a dedicated man. He became a world champion boxing out of a gym in Luton called Storm Gym, where the man who...
Okay, so we've managed to find the Storm Gym in Luton. 10 plus years in business, and it says that they teach kickboxing. Hold on, let me just get it up again, guys. It says they teach boxing, jiu-jitsu, karate, kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai, and nutrition consulting, wrestling, etc. And so New Bedford Road in Luton. So it's got good reviews to be fair. But this is probably where Top G trains.
The man who I'd say created Andrew Tate is a man called Amir, a Bosnian Muslim lad. Very well respected. Yeah. Some of my best friends are part of that gym. They're all non-Muslims. Everyone just has love for the man. Yeah. So he's meant to be a great man and a great mentor to men. I say
This is why I say Tommy Robinson's full of it, because he always said, this is the Mossad agent allegations here.
Oh, definitely.
He's friends with multiple Muslims, yeah? He always thinks up there good Muslims. But then he'll go ahead and quote things from the Quran that can be interpreted in any way. And he'll say, see, the Quran says you can do this, the Quran says you can do that. And then it's like, well,
I think
that's
so.
how you're interpreting it, bro. Like, normal people do not interpret things that way. Same way there are verses in the Bible, as a Catholic myself, yeah, that can be interpreted in a certain way, but we don't interpret it that way. We always assume that every Muslim interprets it in that way. And then when you even get down to, okay, so you're doing all of this stuff, you're promoting all of this division. What is the end goal? What is the plan? There's no plan. His only plan is just to cause division, bro. Do you remember what happened during the Henry Novak situation, where we can all agree that it's police incompetence to blame? This is what happens. I mean, black people have been saying for years how incompetent the police are. With that situation, what does he do? It was a Sikh who did it, and he starts blaming Muslims again, saying this is why Muslims, but I've got some cool Muslims, there's some good Muslims. What is the plan, bro? You know, like if your plan was okay, because we've had terrorist attacks in the UK. By extremists, by the religious extremists, okay? The plan would be, okay,
Hello.
why don't you fight for MI6 and MI5 to follow any leads they get them? You know, they get leads, because a lot of them are always known to MI5. It always turns out that they
Pretty sure it's there somewhere.
maybe say to the government, hey, this is the problem. Give them more funding so they can follow more leads of potential attacks to stop it. But no, he's just here to cause division, bro, distract us from waking up, in my opinion.
He transformed Andrew Tate from a quiet kid to a world champion. Andrew Tate has always trolled the Luton public. He always just got Facebook, just winding one up. I used to watch him, you know, and I love mate. And I see people biting and hating him. He didn't care. He was controversial before anyone knew he was Andrew Tate. He'd go on it was Mother's Day. He said, what'd you do for Mother's Day, lads? Tell me what you've done for Mother's Day. If you bought mum flowers, if you sent her chocolates, if you rang up and said you love her, sent her a message, he said you're a mate, and you're a failure of a son. Yeah. He He said, you know what I done? I said, Mum, how much do I only get? She said, 20 grand, 25 grand. He goes, I said, no, 10 years wages, so take 10 years off. He goes, you're all losers. Yeah? You should be like me.
And that's how some of them things that Andrew Tate does is funny, you know, and I'm not gonna pin it all because a lot of people, a lot of comments are saying, oh, this is what Tommy Robinson, this is who he's friends with, etc. But you never fully know anybody, you know, even your own family, you never fully know anybody, you know, and people like Andrew Tate who are very charismatic, they're good at getting you, because you need, whenever people do things, this is what I've got Asperger's syndrome, so I don't even like people anyway, you know what I mean? But I read people very, very quickly, you know what I mean? I'm able to predict things way before it happens. I'm able to see what's going to happen as soon as I meet the person, you know what I mean? I can tell straight away. But for someone like Andrew Tate, alright, you need to look at people, because I look at people and just think, okay, this person's very nice. Are they genuinely nice? Why are they being very nice? What are you doing to try and make me feel? Okay, you're doing this that usually would make people laugh. Why are you trying to make me laugh? Why are you trying to this? Why are you trying to build a connection? That's how I view all interactions. You know what I mean? And people like Andrew Tate have mastered that art. So there can be people who know him, have hung out with him, who know of him, and they can know a completely different version of him. You know what I mean? The version that's being alleged. And by the way, again, I always say this in all of my Andrew Tate videos. This guy was friends with 16, 17-year-old girls when he's pushing 40, man. You know what I mean? Weirdo. Like, that alone, when I heard that a few years ago alone, I thought, nah, him and his brother, you guys are certified weirdos. Because he's not been convicted of anything. It's been all these years, all this press attention, and they've still not convicted of anything. You know? Do I think he's completely innocent? Absolutely not. But he's not being convicted. You know what I mean? We need a conviction, you know? And right now, the trend is the tide is everybody else. Hate Tate, hate Tate, hate Tate. And it's like, yeah, Tate is a weirdo. He's a self-admitted weirdo, bro. But how has he not been convicted yet? I see the comments. I read the comments the other day. Some people are saying Tax is a fanboy of Tate. It's like, no. I'm just looking at it objectively, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to think if it was me on Charles, anything like this, you know, you can watch all my videos. I've never said anything of the sort. You know what I mean? I've never said anything like that. But if I'm in the news, Tax does this, Tax does that. I'd like people to think, I'd like people to look at the evidence and watch my videos and think, okay, we've seen this stuff, doesn't seem like that. Like, and then if there's no, and then if they put me on remand for 4 years and there's no trial and the trial is fulfilled, I would hope you guys would sit there and think, hold on, this smells like bullshit. You know what I mean? Or something doesn't make sense here, you know?
And I'm crying when I watch that video. I watch everyone go mental because he covered everything they want to do. He's just taking this. He loved it. Right? Before he was Cobra Tate, he loved it. And then I watched him talk, and I know. So I know who he is and where he grew up, and I know the circles he was in. And he's never been involved in drugs or drug dealing, yeah? Or on that level of street letting off. Yeah? I know he hasn't. But I've seen him talk about it. I thought it was ridiculous. But he was creating this persona of a character which would benefit him financially in the long run. So when you hear him making comments, even about women and girls, and how much is true and how much isn't true?
When you look at his past stuff, he was, I believe, I mean, I don't believe he was a drug dealer when he talks about these enemies he has, I have enemies. I don't think he's got any drug enemies, you know what I mean? I don't think Rock from Raising Canaan, I don't think Stefano from Raising Canaan is after Andrew Tate, you know, especially because he's so big and one way they look at the but as for the pimping stuff, my man literally had guidance that was literally charging people to show them how to pimp.
How much was creating persona? Because remember, when he started, he was getting men who struggled to pay him to tell them how to be a man. So he's creating this big image of a man.
And that's what, bro. If you are struggling to be a man, bro, you'll become less of a man by paying another man to show you how to be a man. You know what I mean? If you are feeling self-confidence issues, just do anything you can. Just go and get something. Go and do something that you want to do, bro. Just go and take a risk. Just get out your comfort zone, bro. Oh, I'm scared. Then you're not man. Go some balls. Get out your comfort zone, bro. That's all you gotta do. And the more you get out your comfort zone, the more you get used to it. And when you see positive results from getting out your comfort zone, you become addicted to risk taking. Then you don't take calculated risk. Then you go some cojones.
That sometimes, what I'd say was bravado. But a lot of what now he was saying that's not true. But he has created a very successful character, which ended up him being worth tens or if not hundreds of millions of pounds in the end through the bravado character he's built. So, and again, I can only talk from people close to Andrew Tate, best friends and people I respect, who have grown up with him and known him very well, who all speak very highly of him as a man. And what you don't get to hear is the people he's helped. People don't hear this.
And Tommy Robinson said something key there. He said, as a man, you know what I mean? As a man, you probably fuck with it because he has old school male beliefs. You know what I mean? Like, he has the beliefs of a man like 150 years ago, that women shouldn't even speak. You know what I mean? He talks about how you manipulate them and stuff like that. In this day and age now, that's not acceptable. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, you know what I mean, as your brethren, you'll probably fuck with him on a man level. As a woman, you're not going to, because he's just going to treat you like you're a second-class citizen. You know what I'm saying?
So I know him. Obviously, I'm strongly opposed to his conversion to Islam. I believe it was a very silly move on his part. I believe he felt trapped. I felt trapped at times. I know that when you come under attack, censorship, the way he did it, the way I've experienced it myself, that he still had the money. So they couldn't stop him. He had the ability to continue.
I suppose the problem with the idea of him just being a character is the allegations around transportation of women and underage women, and there's something that's built to whether it's real or not, has been about underage.
Well, I've seen some of the clips recently, yeah. Do I?
Let's see what he said there.
I believe Andrew Tate. I don't believe. Do I believe that Panorama just like the hippies? I don't believe. Simple. I don't believe Panorama in anything. Because I've done my own canon.
What a guy. So I agree. I don't believe Panorama in anything either. You know? BBC did a Panorama on me like 5 years ago, bro. They did a Panorama about me. You're watching this channel, you don't know. I think they must have taken it off out there now. They did a Panorama about me 5 years ago. Saying crazy things, but it was not true. None of them were true. You know what I mean? I'm a YouTube one. Those the accusations the Panorama made about me. Absolutely insane. You know what I mean? Panorama just lied. Panorama is funded by you paying your TV license, bro. You know what I mean? Think about that. Your TV license, yeah, is funding a documentary made about me. A brother wearing a mask on YouTube. It's insane. Insane. Tyranny.
Drama documentary where I covertly recorded Panorama planning and telling people what to say about me in interviews.
Yeah.
And there's a secret organisation who've been pivotal in Andrew Tate's attempted takedown called Hope My Hate. I know that they pay people £10,000. They liaise between the media and the persons. They'll go give a girl 20 grand, then they'll line up BBC to interview the girl. So BBC's hands are clean. They pay money.
The problem is you've got two people here, Panorama.
That's very kind of you to say that.
Make things up, but also
Same.
makes things up as well. So we don't know who to believe. As for Hope No Hate, I've got a line they said about it, which I thought you'd find. You should have seen it, but it's just it does come up the hypocrisy.
Same to you, Bob.
Ron Lennon, which is your real name, has always been racist. Just no nearly.
No facts, no evidence, with no quotes.
Has always been racist. Done. That's it. He has overwhelmingly focused on Islamophobia and sought to avoid explicit and overt racism. So sought to avoid explicit and overt.
So hasn't been racist, but we know what he thinks.
What the arrogance would have to write that about somebody? I can't believe it. I've never made something like that.
So Nick Rolls, have you watched my Hope My Hate expose documentary?
I'm going to say yes.
It's great.
As much as
So I got covert recordings of people who were given drugs by Hope My Hate. I got covert recordings of people who were sexually assaulted by Hope My Hate and their members. Hope My Hate are the cabal and the deep state. So when you think of these deep, seedy, dark organisations who manipulate and intimidate and blackmail, that's Hope My Hate. So so Nick Rolls, what he does, they say a source. So any newspapers that quote things against me, it's a source says. Do you know what their sources was? Which I confront Nick Rolls on. There's the Gambino gang in Luton, we're talking about. There's a Gambino gang.
So guys, Chung Lee's best friend. Chung Lee actually loved this guy. Like Chung Lee, we don't like Chung Lee anymore. You know, he went from being
scumbags in our town. Yeah? You're abusing girls in our town. Right? So we as young football hooligans clashed with these gangs. Okay? As non-Muslim group who were willing to confront and their criminality and their destruction.
What have you done today?
So Nick Knowles travelled to Luton. He sat down with the Gambinos, who are dealing drug funding, Taliban supporting gangs, yeah, all in the national newspapers. They were the source. So he sits them down, so he cuffs himself legally. So home I hate, this is what they do. They sit down with boots out and say, tell us about tomorrow's. And then they sit and say, he done this, he done that, he done that. And then they say, a source close to Robinson from his hometown says, being a Pakistani book.
Some people say Taliban supporters, but 100 there's probably 10 who
Hey,
support
well, London.
Taliban. You know what I'm saying? This guy just wants to do nothing but cause division, bro. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think about Andrew Tate? Because he's a boss. He's a
You'd be
champ.
lost
Do
without
you think
that.
Andrew Tate is going to beat his case? Chung Lee. Do you think Andrew Tate is going to beat his case? Chung Lee says he's going to come back to Hong Kong. Andrew Tate was in Hong Kong. So, well, you like Tommy Robinson anyway. You're done out here, Chung Lee. But like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And peace and love to every single one. Well, according to Tommy Robinson, if we go off of Tommy Robinson's teachings, okay, no Muslim is going to like this.
I'm just tired, that's all.
Go ahead and put your angry face on real quick. We're going to give that puppy a workout. We're going to put that to good use. Because what I want to yap about right now might probably be an extremely infuriating story. I'm confident everyone knows what that term is. You don't even have to be online overly often to be familiar with swatting. This is some brand new phenomenon, some like mystifying new piece of tech, like the blockchain or something, the non-fungible token of fake calls to the police department. Swatting has been a thing for the better part of 2 decades. So I would expect pretty much everyone in law enforcement would at least be familiar with the term and know how to handle it, being privy to it. But I guess that's not exactly the case here, because the story I'm about to talk about is one where a victim knew that he was about to be targeted for a swatting incident, informed the police that this bogus call was coming. It's a load of particles, told the police. They were aware of it. 2 days later, that call comes through, the fake one, and still the police show up, immediately bust down the glass, just break the glass like it got hit by a torpedo, and then just mag jump on the guy, unload on him, paralyzing him.
That's mad. So he's going to get fucked out for that. He got paralysed by the cops. He's going to get tens of millions for that.
He's an American, so man.
Yeah, I told you, he filed a claim against him. Not surprised.
On April 8th.
That's what I mean, I wish I filed a claim against him.
He had been
People that had an accident, they would have got a lot of fucking money.
911 saying he could soon be a victim of swatting, blackmailed by a stranger overseas for money.
They're gonna call the station and say that I have a bomb and stuff, and send some address and stuff like that.
The police tell them, don't worry about it.
No, it's okay, but they can't, like, nothing's gonna happen.
He did legitimately everything right. When he became aware that this was a possibility, he instantly called the local law enforcement to inform them, like, hey guys, look,